toss to the middle, brings it in, and he has no one to beat. It's intercepted by Yankton. Touchdown, Yankton!
You are listening to Bucks Football on KYNT, Yankton's home team. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Hy-Vee, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, Ben's Brew Station, 1919 Root Beer, Fairfield Inn and Suites and the Holiday Inn Express in Yankton, Triple Time Rudy's, Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Vision Real Estate, Missouri River Associates, First Chiropractic Centers, First Dakota National Bank, the UPS Store, Conkling Distributing, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Avera, Mayor Signs, Vision Care Associates, Truxedo, MT and RC Smith Insurance, Olson's Pest Technicians, Parker Hannafin, Midwest Insurance Agency, Portrust Bank, H&R Block of Yankton, Vantage Financial, Adam Walter, The Move Group, Hedro.
Now, we go live to the KYNT studios for the kickoff show. Kicking off right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for another edition of the Yankton Bucks Football Kickoff Show on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's the semifinal round of the Class 11 AA football playoffs, and the Yankton Bucks have a rematch with the Pierre Governors, who they defeated in the regular season 35-7, but it's also the team that beat Yankton in the state championship game last year. No title is on the line this week, but a trip to the Dome is what is up for grabs between the Governors and the Bucks. Bucks Football Kickoff Show once again is brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We got plenty to talk about today as we will hear from the voice of the Governors, John Winkler, of course, from head coach Brady Booth, and several Yankton Bucks football players in our Buck in the Headlight interviews. It should be a fun one tonight in Yankton. The winner goes to the Dakota Dome. Either Watertown or Brookings will be waiting on the other side. We'll talk about that more in our Class 11 AA Roundup. Still plenty to come tonight on KYNT and KYN-TV, so don't go anywhere. The Bucks Football Kickoff Show continues after this break.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat, brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts. Plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. Some say the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Trivia on Tuesday nights, music bingo on Wednesdays with live music on Friday night. This is downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages. If you can't be on the boat or at a Bucks or Gazelles game, then it's the Boathouse.
Want to take the hassle out of servicing your heating or cooling system? Then sign up for the Kaiser Signature Membership Program. This is Chris Frick with Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Not only will you get peace of mind knowing your units are being serviced regularly, but being a Kaiser Signature member gives you priority service, a discount on parts and labor, and no overtime rates. Take comfort and let our qualified professional technicians keep you running.
Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
Braden Butler back in here again on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show. It's time to take a look at your Friday Night Rewind, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling, your locally owned Lennox dealer in Yankton and Vermilion. Yankton Bucks 28-7 win over Aberdeen Central last week, handling business and moving on to the semifinal round of the Class 11 AA playoffs. Along with your Friday Night Rewind, congratulations to 7 Yankton Bucks who've been named All ESD for the 2024 season. On offense, those Bucks are quarterback Easton Nelson, running back Evan Sirk, wide receiver Carson Ness, and offensive lineman Lucas Cordell. On defense, linebacker Matthew Sheldon and defensive lineman Edley Amaro were honored, and Connor Slabo was chosen for special teams as a returner. Yankton's 7 All-ESD selections are tied with Watertown for the most in the conference. We'll go over the entire All-ESD team in our Class 11 AA roundup here in a little bit. Now it's time to get into your highlights from last week's 28-7 win over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles for the Yankton Bucks. Scoring got started in the first quarter, and it was Evan Sirk from 18 yards out with just under 10 minutes to go in the first, puts the Bucks up 7-0 after the good extra point.
Two receivers at near, and now it's Evan Sirk with the handoff, goes up the middle, gets to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Yankton! Yankton will open up the drive with a score, and Evan Sirk run up the middle.
After that, it was a defensive score for Yankton, Matthew Sheldon. There's a reason he was selected as All-ESD Conference. A pick six for him, 27 yards to the house. Missed extra point, made it 13-0 Yankton advantage.
And now Bowman, 2 pass to the middle of the field, and picked off by Matthew Sheldon. And the third pick six for the Yankton Bucks. You can put it on the board. That's a Yankton Bucks touchdown.
After those 2 first-quarter scores for Yankton, neither team would find the end zone until the third. It was Easton Nelson to put the Bucks up 21-0. 2-point conversion was good, but his initial touchdown run from 25 yards out.
So Nelson keeps himself up the middle to the 15, then the 5, touchdown Yankton! Easton Nelson takes it all the way home right in front of the Yankton student section, and that will result in a Yankton score.
And last but certainly not least, it's Matthew Sheldon again getting the ball in the red zone and taking it 8 yards for 6, putting the Bucks up 28-6. Aberdeen Central did score between those last 2 touchdowns for Yankton.
And Sid Nelson. And now Sheldon off the left side to the 5. Touchdown Yankton. Matthew Sheldon, the bombshell goes off, and another score for the Bucks.
As I mentioned, 28-6 final score. Aberdeen Central has their season come to an end. Yankton moves on to tonight to take on the Pierre Governors in the state semifinals. A trip to the Dakota Dome is on the line. That does it for your Friday Night Rewind here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Now let's get to your Buck of the Headlight interviews segment. Talking to a trio of Yankton Bucks this week. All 3 of them are all ESD honorees: Matthew Sheldon, Connor Slaba, and Easton Nelson. Let's start at the quarterback position with Easton Nelson, talking about his season so far and what he looks forward to in the state semifinals.
I'm Josh Boelter. You're listening to the Yankton Bucks football pregame show here on KYNT. And joining right now is Yankton Bucks senior quarterback Easton Nelson. And Easton, first off, just wanted to say congratulations being named to the All-ESD offensive team for quarterback. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, you know. I couldn't have done it without my coaches and players, and it's a tremendous honor.
A tremendous honor indeed, and obviously you guys have a chance to head to the Dome this week and have a chance to play for a state championship. But before you do that, got a big matchup with Pierre this week. You guys have seen them once already this season. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
We played them back in week 5, and we had a lot of... We were going into that game, we were really hungry, so I felt like we were motivated a lot, and we need to be just as motivated this week.
Yeah, so obviously 1 game away from the Dome, like we said. What would that mean to you to get to the Dome and have a chance to play for a state championship a second year in a row?
It would mean a lot, you know, after last year. Kind of disappointing loss, but it would mean a lot, you know. A lot of us have dreams of playing in the Dome, and we watched however many years ago when they won it, so it would be a nice dream come true.
Yeah. And then defensively, obviously, they have some looks that they bring. What do you see on the field from Pierre's defense, just from that matchup that you had against them earlier in the season?
We saw that the run game was working a lot for us, and Sirk really ran over them, and the receivers were getting open, and we don't know if we'll see the same look. I'm assuming we'll see a lot of more pressure and blitz, but we'll have to adjust.
And part of that ground game, I know you mentioned Sirk having a big day when you guys played Pierre, but part of that's your feet too. Talk about just your willingness to, if maybe a play is not there with a throw, just your willingness to take off and scramble if need be.
But I've learned through this year that my legs can be just as effective as everything else, and it's probably my best weapon, I'd say. So just keep relying on that, and also trust my receivers. And I mean, if nothing's there, then I'll obviously use my legs. But yeah.
All right. Thanks, Easton. I appreciate your time, and good luck on Friday.
Thanks.
Sticking on offense as well as special teams, all ESD punt return and kick returner Connor Slaba talks about how the Bucs are preparing for the semifinals.
And joining me right now is Yankton Bucs wide receiver as well as special teams ace Connor Slaba. Connor, thank you for joining me today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and speaking of special teams ace, you were named to the first team all ESD for special teams. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I mean, special teams is a huge part of the game, and it's a reason why our record reflects that. So,
and obviously a big matchup against Pierre this week. One win away from the Dome. What are your thoughts on that?
It's pretty sweet. We get a chance to end a pretty big legacy in South Dakota, and that'd be pretty cool if we can do that.
And you mentioned a pretty big legacy in Pierre. Obviously, you guys have a lot of history with them last year in the Dome. They ended your guys' season with a win there. What would it mean to you to be able to get a chance to, now in their season, a chance to head back to the Dome?
It'd mean the world to me because I know me and my teammates have worked our butts off this whole offseason just to get to the spot we're at right now. So.
And then, obviously, you guys have played Pierre this season, 35-7 win at their place. What did you really see from them, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, that stood out to you and some of the looks that they gave you guys?
For the receivers, the DBs play pretty far off, like 8 to 10 yards. Unless we're in the red zone, they'll probably end up pressing, and yeah.
All right, thanks, Connor, and good luck on Friday.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
And last but certainly not least, on the defensive side of the ball, Matthew Sheldon talks about being a senior linebacker for this squad and how important it is to get a win over Pierre and return to the Dome.
And joining me right now is Yankton Bucs linebacker Matthew Sheldon. Matthew, first off, congratulations on being named to the All-ESD team for defense at linebacker. What does that mean to you?
You know, as Coach Moose said, he's talking to us after practice yesterday, all conference and postseason awards is more of a team thing. So as a team, we had about, I think, 7 people recognized. So that's a team thing. We have a good team, so obviously players will be nominated. But I just give a shout out to the team. Like, they put us all in a situation to succeed.
And speaking of situations to succeed, obviously you punt for the team as well. How important is that part of the game? And just can you walk through your process when you're getting ready to punt and things like that?
Yeah, I take punting seriously. It's just as another snap. It's just I'm at running back or linebacker. So I'm out here to flip fields for us, put us in a good position to win the game. So all those punts into the 10-yard line and below, that really helps us and puts us in a good spot as a defense to get a turnover or force them to make a bad play.
And then this week, a big rematch from earlier in the season, but as well from last year in the Dome. Can you talk about what it means to you to get another shot at Pierre, this time at home with a trip to the Dome on the line?
Of course, everybody knows they've been up top, but I think it's about time that one of them get knocked off, and no better than us for us to do it. So we still have that Dome loss in our mind, in the back of our mind, so we're ready to get back at them.
And you mentioned that Dome loss in the back of your mind. Does that really kind of feed or give extra motivation coming into this weekend's game?
Yeah, I'd say it does. It's left a sour taste in our mouth, and we don't want that again, so we're ready to go.
Big thank you once again to Matthew Sheldon, Connor Slaba, and Easton Nelson for talking to us here at KYNT and KYN-TV this week to be part of the Buck in the Headlight interviews. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're taking a look around Class 11 AA and showing you the playoff semifinals as well as how we got to this point. Still plenty to come here on the Bucs Football Kickoff Show. We're going to keep it rolling after this break.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
There's no better way to tip off your party than with Sheboygan Natural Casing Wieners, all beef hot dogs, or cocktail smokies. Make your party a slam dunk. Put some Sheboygan on the table. Available at your favorite local grocer and produced with pride at Simple Meats in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing, read and understand everything. What happens if you cancel? Can you get out of this contract? If you feel pushed into signing the contract, you need to stop and take a step back. If you have questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explorers CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Braden Butler back in here again on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show, brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Let's talk about Class 11 AA, and this review is brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. That's Rhonda Westland State Farm. In the opening round of the Class 11 AA playoffs, Yankton, the number 1 overall seed, defeated number 8 Aberdeen Central 28-6. Number 4 seeded Pierre defeated number 5 seed Spearfish 40-20. Number 2, Watertown defeated number 7 Huron, shutting out the Tigers 35-0. And number 3, Brookings got the best of number 6 T Area 23-13, which gives us our 2 semifinal matchups tonight. Number 1, Yankton hosting number 4 Pierre, and number 2, Watertown hosting number 3 Brookings. With all 4 teams remaining, all 4 are ESD conference teams. So we're going to take a look at the ESD all-conference team that was released earlier this week. Quarterback for the All-ESD team is Easton Nelson of Yankton. 4 running backs make this year's team, including Brookings' Will Conrad, Mitchell's Parker Denny, Yankton's Evan Sirk, and Watertown's Spencer Winches. Wide receivers are Carson Ness of Yankton and Mitch Olson of Watertown, with the tight end being Bergen Tetzlaff of Brookings. Honorees on the offensive line include Yankton's Lucas Cordell, Watertown's Carter Engels and Micah Hawk, T Area's Jacob Youngye, Aberdeen Central's Rika Meister, and Pierre's Jacob Mikinen. On the defensive side of the ball, your linebackers are Colby Hofer of Huron, Coulter Babcock of Pierre, Caden Decker of Watertown, and Matthew Sheldon of Yankton. Your defensive backs are Cordell Ricklick of Aberdeen Central, Charlie Bisgard of Brookings, Carson Stoser of Pierre, and Jeremiah Schulte of Watertown. On the defensive line, Aberdeen Central's Felipe Gonzalez, Pierre's Elijah Bochi, Watertown's Jaden Lambert, and Yankton's Edley Amaro. On special teams, your return man for the All-ESD Conference team is Yankton's Connor Slaba. That is your look at your ESD All-Conference honorees for 2024. We're going to take another break here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show. When we come back, we'll have interviews with John Winkler as well as Brady Muth breaking down this matchup between Yankton and Pierre. Don't go anywhere. Still plenty more to talk about on KYNT and KYN-TV.
The mission of State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Hi, I'm Roy Wilcox with State Farm Insurance. We have been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, we're here to help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. Give me a call or stop by anytime.
Call Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance today, 665-7140. Find more at roywilcox.com.
A couple days ago, a teacher came into the UPS store to print some worksheets for her classroom. As we were printing, she asked if we could help her design and print a custom banner for her school's upcoming event. Yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion, where for over 8 years we've been serving educators, businesses, and community members with all kinds of printing solutions. Stop by today and let us assist with your next project, and be sure to ask about our shipping services or current print specials.
Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including weekend maintenance technician 2. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers. Start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show on KYNT and KYN-TV. The Yankton Bucks at home for the Class 11 AA semifinals, hosting the Pierre Governors. It's time for your pregame profile. A little look in at the season of both teams so far. We're actually going to look at what each team has done since their meeting in the regular season. It did end 35-7 in Yankton's favor in the state capitol when these two teams met in the regular season. Starting with the Pierre Governors, since that loss to the Bucks, they have lost only one game, and it was the following week to O'Gorman, 42-14. Since then, undefeated against Class 11 AA opponents, 17-14 win over Sturgis, a 35-15 win over Spearfish, and a 34-7 win at Douglas to end the regular season. And then, of course, last week's 40-20 win over Spearfish, second time in 3 weeks beating the Spartans to advance to the semifinals. Across from them for the Yankton Bucks, how have they done since defeating the Pierre Governors? They have been perfect. 5 wins, all by multiple scores. It started with a 35-0 homecoming victory over Sturgis Brown. The Bucks then went on the road to defeat Brookings 24-7, and again on the road the week after, 28-7 over T Area, ending the regular season with a dominant performance at home against the Mitchell Colonels, 80-14. Last week's win on Halloween, 28-6, is what punched the Bucks tickets to the state semifinals. And that is how we get this rematch of a regular season meeting, as well as last year's state championship in the semifinals at Crane-Youngworth Field. It's Yankton hosting Pierre. That pregame profile brought to you by Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance. So Roy and his team help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. They've been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. Now it's time for your Rival Report, brought to you by Ben's Brew Station, the official watch party location for all KYN TV games. If it's on KYN TV, then it's on at Ben's. This is an interview with John Winkler, the play-by-play voice for the Pierre Governors for KCCR in the state capitol, talking about how Pierre has done since that meeting with the Bucks earlier this season and what he expects tonight in the state semifinals.
Braden Butler here on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show. Joining me is John Winkler of KCCR and Pierre, the play-by-play voice for the Pierre Governors, talking for the second time this season, John. Last time we spoke, it was ahead of the Bucks regular season matchup with the Governors. That one ended up in favor of the Bucks that day, 35-7 in the state capitol, but this does feel like a different Pierre team since that moment earlier this year. We got plenty to talk about, but before we get into it, how are you doing today?
Doing good, Braden. Appreciate you guys having me on.
And it's always nice to talk to you. I know under that Riverfront Broadcasting umbrella, both of us, so it's always nice to get out and talk. And the Pierre Governors, a different football team, at least just looking at the you can say the wins, 4-1 records since that loss to Yankton, including 4 straight wins. Their only loss coming to 11 AAA's O'Gorman, including fairly dominant wins over Spearfish, who came in as a highly ranked team down the stretch, and one of 2 teams in the state to beat them are the Pierre Governors. So just let anybody listening know what has happened with Pierre since that game against Yankton, for people who maybe haven't, I don't want to say wrote the Governors off, but haven't paid as close of attention since that moment.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that they've kind of got themselves in the right direction on what they want to do with their offense. Defense was good. You know, obviously when you struggle to stop Yankton in that game, and then it just kind of snowballs you and you don't get the offense going, and then it just makes it harder and harder to get stops. And, you know, still give credit all to Yankton, give all the credit to Yankton for what they did. But that defense, really, those 2 games and then the game after that, the Yankton and then that following loss to O'Gorman, you know, the offense kind of really started to settle into their more identity of being able to run the football a little bit better. Carter Merrill run the ball a lot better, and then you get on top of the, you know, running some more jet sweep passes and kind of elevating the passing game with the running game. They've been able just to kind of get the right direction and more solidified, be more consistent, which you've seen over the last now 4 weeks with their 4 straight wins.
And I'm glad you brought up the offense kind of finding a bit of an identity, figuring out what they want to do, because it shows on paper at least. Pierre has been fairly dominant, especially the last 3 games, 30 or more points in all 3 of those wins, including a 40-point performance last week to take down the Spearfish Spartans in the state quarterfinals. So tell us a little bit about what happened last week. How did Pierre get to this point in that opening round win over Spearfish?
Well, again, the offense has just been more comfortable. That defense feels solid. Then they have a little bit more freedom when the offense is scoring now, 35 or 34 plus points in every single game of the last 3. And the big thing too, Cooper Twilliger got hurt in the game against Yankton, did not play against O'Gorman. They didn't bring him out until the 4th quarter because they weren't really wanting to use him, but at the point they're like, okay, we got to get him in there. And you can see that offense is just much more confident when when a tight end's getting offers, he just got an offer to Michigan last weekend. When you have a guy on your team that's getting offers to Michigan, when he's playing, you feel a lot more confident that the offense is going to roll than when he's not playing. And you can see that everybody is just, the offensive line had a really good push against Spearfish. That defensive line really struggled to create pressure. At one point, we were watching Carter Merrill run the football, and he was sidestepping and jab step everything, but he was doing that as he was going up the field with the offensive line still pushing. He was about 3 or 4 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he still was behind the line of scrimmage or behind the offensive line because they had pushed that far forward. And you're seeing that offensive line really, again, also be more consistent and feel better and feel more confident that they can push anybody back, especially in that run game.
And as you mentioned, Cooper Terwilliger back for Pierre. I believe it was the first half, if not the first quarter, when Terwilliger left against Yankton earlier this year, if I remember right. But, it's been a couple weeks since then. There's been a lot of football played. And as you mentioned, anytime you can get literally one of the best tight end recruits in the country with offers from places like Michigan, I believe Alabama was sniffing around at one point, the blue bloods of college football, you're going to obviously see a bump in the offense. And it's going to be a different game, and obviously the playoffs bring something different. Pierre just has that boogeyman mentality anytime you get to the postseason, even a Pierre team that many, like I said earlier, might have wrote off earlier in the year. What is going to be different coming to Yankton for the Pierre Governors? I know they got it was homecoming, I believe, when Yankton was up there earlier this year in the state capitol. What's going to be different coming to Crane-Youngworth Field trying to get that revenge against the Bucks?
I think maybe you're going to see a team that they're going to try and make them play loose and say you're playing with house's money. So nobody's expecting you to win. You lost 35-7 the first time. Coach Steele kind of mentioned in our post-game show last week that the bottom kind of dropped out of everything. I mean, that was the lowest of low for the Governors in their season. We had a guy get hurt in the pregame warm-ups. Then you had Cooper Twilliger go down in the middle of the first or second quarter in that first half. And you just had everything kind of going against you at that point. Now you're feeling a little bit better, but people are still kind of writing you off and saying, well, it's now Yankton's time to get the win, and we'll see who Yankton plays in the state championship for a chance to win that 11AA state title. So I think they're going to try and play a little bit looser and more at the house's money, although when you're a 7-time state champion, you can't really write off a team that's won 7 in a row, no matter what they're going through at any point in the season, especially now. But, I think you're going to see this team battle a lot better against Yankton. Now that Yankton still couldn't, roll past them by any means. I think Yankton's has really shown that they're the best team in 11AA going to the semifinals. I just think you're going to see this. I don't foresee a 35-7 score again. I think this team just has a lot more confidence in everything that they do, that you're going to see that on both sides of the ball, not just defensively, not just offensively. Both sides are feeling, again, the confidence is the word I'm going back to, but I think that's what you're going to see the difference from that team is the confidence.
I have often compared the Pierre Governors, at least in my time covering. I know I'm at the tail end of this run that is still ongoing. It's not over by any means, depending on the results on Friday. I have compared them to the Tom Brady Patriots. I will believe they are done when you show me the headstone. I will believe they are done when they are done. And until then, you can't convince me that Pierre's not a threat, no matter what level, especially with how as you mentioned, confident they're seeming down the stretch coming off of a big win against Spearfish.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. Like, every time the Patriots were in the playoffs, they were on the road. They weren't the number one seed. They were any of those seeds, and you're going, all right, we're going to see them lose now. We're going to see them lose. But then once the game started, you're going, gosh, I really hope they lose. I don't want them to keep winning. They can't win, right? But they're going to still win. It just kind of is that. You want them to lose. You find ways to say, okay, this is how they're going to lose, and then they just end up keep winning until they finally were eliminated. You didn't feel comfortable that they weren't going to end up being the Super Bowl champions. Now, if you're a Patriots fan, you always felt like it was kind of a foregone conclusion that 1, you're going to be in the playoffs, 2, you're going to be competing for a championship or a Super Bowl. Now here in 11 AA for Pierre, it's kind of been, when the Governors went to 2-3 and then went to 2-4. It was a lot of a shock around the community because you're just used to the Governors being over 500, being a chance for a state championship. And after that loss to O'Gorman, you're going, wait a second, is this Governor team not going to be able to be at home in the playoffs? Are they even going to win a game in the playoffs? And now here they are again, and there's that hope, that sense of hope that all of a sudden creeps up and said, well, maybe the Governors aren't quite done yet. Maybe they got to win it in a different fashion than the last 7 years. And here we are again. I think there's probably a lot of people say, and that's where Pierre also wants to create the doubt early on. I would say that Pierre probably wants the football right away and go down and score and go up 7-0 on Yankton and make them think, oh boy, here we go again. This is our time to beat them, and we're down 7-0 all of a sudden. There is that doubt that could be created early in a game in the playoffs because you're facing the Pierre Governors.
All I know is this game, I am predicting a dogfight. What you said earlier, I don't think this game's ending 35-7 again by any means. I think Josh Boelter, our color commentator, would refer to it as a rock fight. You find them a lot of times in the Big Ten West back in the day. Maybe a more prolific rock fight, but we're going to get to that fourth quarter, and it might still be anyone's game with a shot at a trip to the Dome on the line. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And I think, both teams, they want the fast start because they want the doubt in the other side. With Yankton winning 35-7 in the first time, Yankton wants to score early on, get a defensive stop, be up 7-0 with the football, and make Pierre think, oh boy, that we're done. We lost by 28. We had the running clock against us the first time, and the same side for Pierre. We go up 7-0 with the ball, and Yankton's going, we just can't beat these guys in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. Why can't we ever do this? That doubt could play a huge factor in a game. Now, if it's 7-7 or 0-0 and you're getting your second possession, boy, all bets are off, and I feel like turns into a coin flip of a game. Those first 2 drives, both offensively and defensively, I think could tell us how the game might go and which side it could go. And like I said, if it's 0-0 after the first quarter, after a couple of possessions, you might as well flip a coin because I think that this could be and should be one of the best games in the entire state tonight.
It should be so much fun tonight. Like you mentioned right there, one of the best games, if not the best game in the entire state. I know a lot of people got this one circled as their game of the week here across classes, but especially in Class 11 AA. These two teams met last year for a state title. Now they can only have a chance at going to the Dakota Dome to fight for tonight. Should be a lot of fun. John, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us, and hopefully everything goes good with the trip and everything like that.
I appreciate it, Braden. Yeah, now I will say we'll talk to you next year. Because there's no chance of being able to talk in the state championship. We had a feeling that we'd be talking again at some point in the season a couple weeks ago. Now, yeah, enjoy the broadcast, enjoy the game. Should be a lot of fun. I appreciate you having me on.
Big thank you to John, as always, for taking time out of his day to talk to us here at KYNT and to give us some insight on the Pierre Governors as they look to return to the Dakota Dome this year. Yankton trying to return as well. Next up, we're going to have your pregame coach interview brought to you by 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-body draft root beer available. You can find it on tap at local restaurants or in cans at convenience stores and grocery stores. KYNT color commentator Josh Boelter was able to catch up with Brady Muth earlier this week at Bucks football practice to break down this rematch with the Governors.
Coach, obviously, trip to the Dome on the line against a team that you guys have a lot of history with. What does this game mean to you?
This is the game you've been chasing. The way we look at things in Yankton is this is the championship game. We talk all year about every game's the biggest game and every game's a Super Bowl, but this is kind of the game where you got to put all your eggs into one basket, and at this point, that's what you're left with. So, from that point of view, it's the game you've been chasing all year long because you don't have to think past tomorrow. It's the way football should be played, and we're excited for the opportunity to get a chance to play Pierre to go to the Dome.
Yeah, and once again, though, back-to-back, or a chance to go back-to-back and go to the Dome 2 years in a row. What does that mean?
I mean, I think it speaks to what our kids are doing. I think our kids are buying into the program. I think it shows that, we've got kind of a plan in place and we're implementing it. But the key part to that whole thing is that, people are getting done what they need to do, not just in the season, but in the off season as well. And so, from my point of view, from a head coach's point of view, it's something I'm really proud of our kids because they understand what the expectations are here and they're working towards it. They've got ownership over it, and so it's a lot of fun to be around it right now.
And a chance to play Pierre again, second time this season. What did you see from them in that first matchup, as well as do you expect maybe some different looks or anything like that in this matchup?
Well, there's going to be something different. Coach Steele and his staff are a really good staff, and they're going to make sure that they've got every I dotted and T crossed, and so there will be some wrinkles. The thing that Pierre has done a really good job of is they've really gotten to know themselves a lot better since the first time we played them, and so we're seeing a little bit more of a commitment to the run game. Their defense is really settled in, and everybody kind of has their role that they play, and they're excelling right now. Scheme-wise, it's still Pierre. They're going to run unbalanced sets on offense, and they're going to no huddle, and they're going to check, and they're going to be in the right play every time. They're going to put the ball where the soft spot is in the defense, and so we need to be able to identify that defensively as well and make sure that we're cognizant of the fact that that's where the ball's going. We have to be thinking on the same page that they think. And but when we played them the first time around, everybody knew darn well that this is the way it was going to play out. I knew that Pierre was going to get things figured out, and they'd be a strong team to deal with in the playoffs. And so we're not surprised by this. It's a good team, and we're ready for the opportunity.
And then earlier this week, the all ESD teams were released. Seven bucks on that team between offense, defense, and special teams. What does that say about your program?
I mean, I think, the ESD awards, they're highly coveted. It's really tough to get an ESD nod. And I think those are team awards as well as individual awards. But, it's nice to get some recognition for guys. And I hope the whole team realizes that, the more guys you get on the ESD, it tells you the better season that you're having. And so just proud and really, really happy for those guys. They get a little postseason nod, and it's nice for our guys to get a little extra added confidence going into the playoffs.
And you guys beat Pierre at Pierre earlier this season. How important is home field on Friday?
I mean, I think playing at home, if you're in Yankton, is an advantage unlike any other advantage you see across the state in high school football. And so from that fact, I mean, there's the logistics of it. You don't have to get on a bus. You don't have to worry about homework. There's all those other extra things that go along with being on the road. But more than that, the things that you can't measure, I mean, just being able to play in front of our crowd and the energy that we get from the support, the people in Yankton, it's unmatched. And so, when we start out in the season, the beginning of the season, home field advantage to the playoffs is one of our goals, and it's a goal for a reason. We want to play at home in front of our fans.
Coach, how important is special teams going into this game?
Huge. Special teams, I mean, that's one reason we put so much emphasis on special teams around here is because in the playoffs it's going to show up and it's an edge. And, Shelley is, he's known for playing defense and he gets his touches on offense, but his special teams, sometimes that gets a little bit overlooked with a guy like that because he isn't just a specialist. I mean, he takes a lot of pride in his punting and being able to pin people deep and, like you said, flip the field. And he's a competitor, and that's why Shelley's good at what he does. It doesn't matter if it's playing linebacker, if it's running back, if it's punting, if it's playing Frisbee golf. He's going to want to beat you.
Big thank you to Coach Muth for taking time out of his day to talk to us earlier this week at Bucks football practice, and of course John Winkler as well for taking time out of his day to talk to me over the phone. We're counting down the minutes to kickoff here on KYNT and KYN TV. When we come back, we're going to send you live to Crane-Youngworth Field. Bryce Ladwig and Josh Boelter ready to take it away from the broadcast booth for the Class 11 AA state semifinals. Back in a couple minutes here on KYNT, KYN TV.
Unexpected injuries happen on the playground, at the game or practice, at home or at work. But with Yankton Medical Clinic's Orthopedics Department, you can be seen today. Board-certified physicians Dr. Brent Adams and Dr. Jeremy Kudera have a combined 25 years experience, 5-star patient ratings, and are now accepting walk-ins. If you suffer a break, fracture, sprain, or strain anywhere head to toe, you can be seen today. Get on the road to recovery faster with walk-in appointments. Now available in orthopedics at Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
Whether you're nearing retirement or already enjoying it, I'll help you create a financial plan that works best for you. I'm Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial. I believe financial planning should be as enjoyable as a day spent fishing or pheasant hunting. If you want personalized investment planning, retirement strategies, and insurance reviews tailored to your unique goals, let's talk. Search Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial or visit vfplanning.com.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
Welcome back on the Bucks Football Kickoff Show for one final time today. The Kickoff Show has been brought to you by Hy-Vee. There's a helpful smile in every aisle. Big thank you to all of our guests today who came on to help break down this matchup, to head coach Brady Muth, John Winkler, the play-by-play voice of the Governors for KCCR and Pierre, and of course the Yankton Bucks as well, who the multiple players who came on and talked to us about their seasons so far. Should be a great one tonight. Yankton Bucks hosting the Pierre Governors at Crane-Youngworth Field. The winner moves on to the state title game. The loser has their 2024 season come to an end. As I like to say, the time for talk is over for me, that is. We're going to send you live to the field. Bryce Ladwig and Josh Boelter at Crane-Youngworth Field for Yankton Bucks playoff football on KYNT and KYN TV.
One just forward for the pylon. Yankton touchdown.
Put 6 up on the board. That's a Yankton Bucks touchdown.
Gets the handoff and is brought down behind the line by Yankton.
Yankton touchdown.
Brought down right at the 20.
The bowling ball gets into the end zone. The touchdown, Yankton.
Ball is loose. Ball is loose. It's going to be Yankton ball. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown, Yankton!
Crane is going wild!
Now, let's go live to KYNT Sports Director and the voice of Yankton Athletics, Bryce Ladwig.
The 11AA state semifinals, Yankton Bucks taking on the Pierre Governors here at chilly at night at Crane-Youngworth Field. I'm Bryce Ladwig alongside Josh Boelter. Josh, we've been talking about it all year. It's finally here. One more game until the Dome.
Yeah, one more game, and who else in the way but the 7-time, that's right, the 7-time defending state champions here in Class 11AA. This is as big as it gets for a state semifinal game.
We are sitting in the broadcast booth brought to you by Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express Hotel Direct 605-653-2250. I mentioned the cool temperature, a nice 52 degrees, but that's going to keep dipping down here on a very chilly fall night. And we've also mentioned this the last few weeks, Josh, but now it's just at the pinnacle. This is fall football weather.
Yeah, this is fall football weather, and this is how it's meant to be played. It was dark getting into the stadium here at about 5:30. Weather's nice and cool, and like you said, expected to get colder. No rain in the forecast, at least until later tonight. The game should be over by then. But yeah, this is exactly how football's meant to be played.
Fans are filing in here to historic Crane-Youngworth Field. They're brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you're traveling to a home or away game, be sure to fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's, located at 1606 Broadway Avenue. Your officials of the game are brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the field. Steve Queer, Todd Lamberty, Derek Ohm, Casey Volker, and Matt Heeb. And then your colors of the game brought to you by Royal Sports Shop in Yankton. Need new uniforms for your school or rec team? Call or go online to royalsportshop.com. Yankton in their classic home reds, which I'm a fan of, Josh. And then Pierre in their road whites. And I know you're disappointed, Josh, that Yankton's not wearing their blacks.
Yeah, they have not lost in the black uniform since I've been here. But, like you said, red tradition, big-time game here. And there's a lot of tradition on the line, a very prideful program that has a lot of tradition, taking on a team that's won 7 straight state titles. It's going to be interesting to see. But, yeah, the uniforms are looking great tonight, especially under the lights here at Crane.
Let the Christmas colors shine here tonight.
I'm just glad Pierre didn't wear green. It'd be like that Jets-Bills Thursday night game a few years ago.
Yeah, and then we find out the colorblind people
just can't see what's going on. But, yeah.
No, exactly. And, so I'm looking forward to a great matchup and a couple things to talk about, Josh. And, we mentioned the tradition, dynasty meets tradition here. Everyone knows Pierre is the 7-time defending 11 AA state champion. It wasn't long ago, though, that the Bucks were back-to-back state champions and have had their own rich history, obviously, in their entire program history. And it's only fitting that these two teams specifically would meet in the playoffs, considering how many times they've met in the playoffs over the years and how many battles they've had on the gridiron. Josh, do you care to join me for a quick reflection of the last 10 years?
I love a good history lesson. Let's do it.
I am, but partially history major, so I love history. All right, back in 2014, 10 years ago, Yankton won the regular season matchup 37-0. And then in 2015, Pierre won the regular season matchup 31-0, but Yankton would get them at the Dome. Yankton beat Pierre in the Dome 21-20. They went into double overtime. And then in 2016, Yankton won 2017. Pierre won the regular season matchup, and Pierre won the state semifinal 35-14. 2018, Pierre won that one 28-17. 2019, Pierre won that one at Pierre 63-0. That was a rough matchup for the Bucks. 2020, in the state semifinal, Pierre would defeat Yankton 21-12. In 2020, Yankton would win the regular season matchup 52-29. In 2021, Pierre again regular season victorious, and again in the state semifinal in 2022, 59-31 over the Bucks. And then in 2022 and 23, Pierre won the regular season matchup. And then, of course, last year at the Dome, Pierre won that one 35-7. Fast forward to this year's regular season, same score. Yankton defeats Pierre at the state capitol 35-7. Out of the last 10 years, Pierre owns 7 of those state titles, Yankton 2, and then, Mitchell with 1.
Yeah, and, there's obviously a lot of history, a lot of things with these teams. And I think the way to handle this personally, from my point of view, is you have to acknowledge the history of this rivalry and what's happened the last few years. But at the same time, if you're both teams, you got to wipe it clean. Even the game earlier this year, this is something different. This is state semifinals on the line right here. I know these teams have met a lot, but this is a fresh game. None of that history matters going into this one. Even though it is a fun trip for us and the fans and things like that, if you're a player on the field, you got to have the mentality of all that matters is the 4 quarters tonight.
Biggest thing on the line for Yankton, they need to rely on their defense, just allowing 12.3 points per game at Josh, and they've had some big shutout games this season, and this defense has been relied upon heavily. And often, as good as the Yankton offense has been, 39.1 points per game, I seem to recall, I can't specifically point to one now, but you'll probably agree with me, there's been a few games where Yankton's offense would have untimely turnovers and things and put Yankton's defense in a really tough position on the field, but the defense would hold strong.
Yeah, and in the game that really sticks out to me, there were two: the Brookings game on the road, and then the T game on the road, where the offense turned the ball over early, give them a touchdown, and then Yankton shut out Pierre throughout the night. And T in that game. But yeah, those are the two that really stand out to me. But this defense, they're good. They force turnovers, and I'm really impressed by them.
All right. And kind of going over the team stats again. Scoring for Pierre, 22.9 points per game. Scoring allowed, 19.4. And then scoring for Yankton, 39.1. Scoring allowed, 12.3. Yankton is earning 391 total yards per game. 251 of those, Josh, is on the ground and goes mainly by Evan Sirk. And a quick note, Josh, it's not going to happen this game. If it does, I mean, wow. But Evan Sirk, 274 rush yards away from the season record of 1372 set by Paul Trainin in 1980. He's also 62 carries from setting the rushing attempts record of 227. That's from Cade Koletsky in 2018. I think that one's going to be just out of reach, even if it is a state title game as well. But that rushing yards one, it's possible.
Yeah, and this is a guy in Evan Sirk who's had some big games over the last few weeks and throughout the season. He's almost an 1,100-yard back on the season. And we saw this team in Yankton have some success with the run game last time they played Pierre, over 200 yards on the ground. So, yeah, I mean, that rushing record, it's not out of reach at 274. He's got to have a couple good games to end the season, but definitely not out of reach by any means.
All right, Pierre is 3-1 on the road this season. Yankton is 4-1 at home. Something's got to give. We have a lot more to talk about after a quick break here on the Hy-Vee pregame kickoff show right here on KYNT, KYNTV.
What is Agility Plus? It's the new Medicare supplement Plan G coverage from Avera Health Plans that gives you more.
More benefits at a lower cost.
More comprehensive coverage like physicals plus heart, vascular, and hearing screenings.
That's the Avera Health Plan's new Medicare supplement Agility Plus Plan G. Contact your local agent or request a quote online. AveraHealthPlans.com/Medicare. Network restrictions apply with select plans. A Plan G policy may not cover all of your medical expenses. Neither Avera Health Plans nor its agents are connected with Medicare or state or federal government.
Hungry for the best chicken wings in town? Then head to Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. Whether you're craving mild, hot, or something with a kick, they've got the wings that will keep you coming back for more. They'll have every NFL game on so you won't miss a moment of the action. Grab a cold one, cheer on your favorite team, and enjoy the ultimate game day atmosphere. Wings, football, friends, it's all at Checkers. Open daily for all of your wing cravings. Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information.
I'm Father Lacey, and hiking allows me to show my faithful spirit. Being out in nature allows all of those things to work together in my head so I can see how it's all connected. To be able to take these things that I'm pondering and draw them back into the ministry, into that life here at Mount Marty.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Did you ever hear that bedbugs transmit serious diseases like hepatitis and are only found in filthy living conditions? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. Bedbugs don't transmit diseases, but they do bite, leaving behind red and itchy welts, and can be found in the cleanest of places, even hospitals and five-star hotels. And that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation bedbugs, rodents, and termites can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
Are you suffering from a recent injury or chronic pain?
Come see us, Lane and Reed Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of techniques to meet every patient's need and preference, including adjustments, dry needling, acupuncture, cupping, and rehabilitation.
We are dedicated to providing personalized and effective treatment plans to help you perform at your highest level and feel your best.
Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or a sports injury, we've got you covered.
Go to SWATchiropracticandrehab.com to schedule an appointment.
And welcome back here to Crane-Youngworth Field. I'm Bryce Ladwig alongside Josh Boelter. And let's keep going on here on your kickoff show, brought to you by Hy-Vee, which is a helpful smile in every aisle, getting your keys to the game. That's brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. Vision Real Estate, located at 605 East 4th Street, Suite 2 in Yankton, or call 605-664-5555. Josh?
Yeah, Bryce, for me, I think it's simple. Run the ball and don't force any turnovers on the offensive side, and I think Yankton's got a real chance to win this game. I think whoever controls the ground game, limits the turnovers, is in a really good spot.
All right, and your key player of the game, brought to you by Missouri River Associates. Looking for insurance agents that have the knowledge to point you in the right direction? Contact Missouri River Associates in Yankton.
Yeah, for me, Bryce, Matthew Shelton. What else can you say? He's all over the field. Look at it on defense, 52 tackles. He's got a sack and a half and 2 picks at linebacker. All ESD linebacker, by the way. He's also ran the ball really well this season. He's got 340 yards on the ground and 5 touchdowns there. And, of course, just because why not, he's a really good punter, too. Really just key in all facets of the game for this Yankton football team. And, so Matthew Sheldon, your key player of the game.
All right, special shout-out to those at the KYN-TV Watch Party location, Ben's Brew Station, the official watch party location of all KYN-TV games. So grab your friends and families and get together for all the KYN-TV action, because if it's on KYN-TV, it's on at Ben's. And we'll take another break here from Crane-Youngworth Field. When we come back, let's get into your starting lineups and get you ready for a kickoff. It's getting closer here on a chilly fall night at Crane-Youngworth Field, the 11AA state semifinals. Your Yankton Bucks hosting the Pierre Governors. We'll be back here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
Quality tarps shipped today. Get back to work faster with Sherco's Express Tarps program. Convenient same-day shipping on replacement tarps designed to fit the most common trailer makes and models. Manufactured with superior quality materials, workmanship, and customer service, Sherco Express Tarps will have you back in the field and on the road in no time. For additional details and to learn more, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than to admit they probably don't have enough. That's why I, your State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, focus on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance, or life without having to give up college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call me, Rhonda Westland, your State Farm agent in Yankton at 665-4411 and put the life back in life insurance.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
It's a November at Larry's Heating and Cooling. November? Yep. Buy a new Carrier heating and cooling system with no money down, no interest, and no payments till next year.
How could you say no to that?
Plus, we can still offer the up to $5,400 off a Carrier furnace and AC deal. $5,400 off after rebates, tax credits, and utility incentives. But hurry, it ends November 23rd.
It's a no November. Now at Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
Conquer the day and reach new heights with Rise Fuel energy drinks. Rise Fuel is ready to help elevate your performance. Packed with essential vitamins and nutrients, Rise Fuel gives you the power to push harder, go faster, and perform better. Whether you're hitting the gym, the field, or the track, Rise Fuel has your back. Fuel your ambition and unleash your potential with Rise Fuel energy drinks. Rise to the challenge with Rise Fuel. Ignite your passion and dominate your game.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family.
We have an experienced and extremely caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. With an office located in the heart of Yankton at 1818 Broadway, we're centrally located for all patients in the area. Whether you need fillings, crowns, or bridges, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox,
contact Elwood Family Dental Care today.
Introducing the perfect match for your Yankton High School sports nights. Ben's Brew Station and KYN TV. Whether it's a hard spike, exciting goal, or the biggest Friday night football matchup, we're here to ramp up your spirit and bring the video streaming excitement to you. Gather your friends, your family, and tune into the action. Cheer for every moment with the area's biggest Yankton sports fans. Ben's Brew Station is your sideline seat to unforgettable high school sports moments. If KYN TV is streaming it, it's on at Ben's Brew Station.
Takes the snap, looking left, now to the right, throws it short, it is intercepted! It's picked off inside the 15-yard line! Gary Bryant got the interception for South Dakota. Presented by Pepsi, the Coyote football team hosts North Dakota State in a top 5 showdown Saturday, November 23rd at 1 o'clock in the Dakota Dome. Get to your seats early and join us for the senior ceremony prior to kickoff. Tickets are available now at goyotes.com.
Hey Yankton, are you looking to get down and dirty with full-time benefits and great pay? This is Luke from Hydro Maintenance. Come join our maintenance team where every day is something new, from electrical and all the way to hydraulics. We need your hands-on experience and mechanical knowledge. Hydro Maintenance is waiting for you. At Hydro, you will be a part of a bigger story, a story shaped by you. Apply today. Jobs.hydro.com. That's jobs.hydro.com. Search Yankton.
Welcome back here to Crane-Youngworth Field. Bryce Ladwig alongside Josh Boelter. It's time to get your starting lineups. Brought to you by First Chiropractic Center, making life better, one adjustment at a time. Located at 2507 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton. Josh, let's start with Pierre's offense.
Yeah, taking a look at the Pierre offense. The signal caller tonight, number 6, Caleb Lounsbury. At running back, number 24, Carter Merrill. At receiver tonight, out wide, number 4, George Stolley, as well as Carter Scheifelbein. At tight end, you got Cooper Terwilliger. At wide receiver / tight end, you got Coulter Babcock. Across the offensive line from left to right, you got Ty Michael, Zayden Rounds, Bryson Woolman, Jacob Mikinen, and Max Bogenhagen over there on the offensive end. Breaking down the defense now here, Bryce. On the defensive line, they're going to be running a 3-4, by the way. At D-line across the way, you got Ty Michael, number 64, Baxter Schremp. At number 53, you got Jacob Mikinen. At those 4 linebacker spots, you got Lincoln Schoenhard, Eli Bucci, Trevor Rounds, and Max Hunsley. At the 2 safety spots, you have Sutton Sonicson, number 19, and number 4, George Stolley. At the 2 corner spots, you have Carton Stosser and number 14, Porter Hensley. Handling all the kicking duties tonight, including kickoff, punt, and extra points, is number 8, Carter Templeton. At punt return, number 4, George Stolley. And at kick return, number 0, Carson Stoser.
All right, and then we turn our attention to the team in red.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with this Yankton offense. At quarterback, number 4, Easton Nelson. At running back tonight, number 1, Evan Sirk. At the H-back position, number 8, Bryce Krall. 3 wide receivers tonight, number 12, Carson Ness. Number 81, Cohen Zarbach. And number 2, Connor Slaba. From left to right, all across the offensive line, left tackle, number 66, Austin Conway. At left guard, number 78, Derek Beal. At center, number 52, Mark Cottle. At right guard, number 77, Peyton Eustace. And at right tackle, Lucas Cordell. Moving over to the defensive side, Yanks are running a 4-2-5 tonight. On the D-line, number 73, Riker Frang. Number 78, Derek Beal. Number 77, Peyton Eustace. And number 9, Talon Kenny. At the 2 linebacker spots, a pair of seniors, and number 8, Bryce Krall. And number 5, Matthew Shelton. At the 2 corner spots, you got Miles Drotzman, number 15, and number 20, Bodie Thurman. At the 2 safety spots, number 12, Carson Ness, and number 14, Kale, the Warhorse, Hazel Horse. And at the rover spot, number 22, Mac Grotenheis. Taking a look on special teams, Liam Villanueva, number 46, we hand the kickoff duties. Field goal and extra points tonight is number 91, Kevin Ortiz. Punting tonight, Matthew Sheldon. Handling punt and kick returns will be number 2, Connor Slava, as well as a mix of number 12, Carson Ness, and number 1, Evan Zirk.
All right, thank you, Josh. And it's time for the kickoff. And that's brought to you by The Boathouse, located in the downtown Meridian District. The Boathouse is the most fun you can find on land. Head there for great food, fun, and drinks. If you can't be on the boat or at a Bucks or Gazelles game, then it's The Boathouse. We're about to have our team captains come out to the field, Josh, and I'll let you say who those are when we get to the coin toss.
Yeah, I can confirm. Look on who's heading out there early. I believe it's Connor Slaba, Carson Ness, Lance Payer, as well as Caden Benson are your team captains here tonight for the Bucks, as these two teams are going to meet at midfield here and do the coin toss. You remember back in Pierre just a few weeks ago, I think it was Pierre who had the ball first, ran down the field for a little bit, and Yankton was able to get a big stop on the Yankton side of the field after a decent Pierre drive. So we'll see if we get a same situation here. Pierre gets the ball to start. Two teams have men at the midfield. Once again, your captains tonight for the Bucks: Carson Ness, Connor Slaba, Lance Payer, and Caden Benson out there tonight for the Bucks as your team captains. Once again, they are shaking hands, and we'll await the results of this coin toss.
Yeah, let's get over this coaching staff real quick as you watch that. Steve Steele for the Pierre Governors, head coach, and assisted by Matt Thorson, Scott New, Dan Machachok, Adam Spohr, Ryan Royer, and Jeff Schleckaway. For Yankton, head coach Brady Muth, defensive coordinator Justin Olson, offensive coordinator Terry Huber, special teams coordinator Brady Hale, and assistants TJ Beacom, Dan Schwach, Blake Savvy, and Jason Savvy. What do we have out here, Josh? I think Pierre won.
Pierre won the toss, and they're actually choosing to receive the football here. Interesting to keep an eye on. There are some teams that like to do that and try to be aggressive first. I can think of an example from this last week in the NFL. The Green Bay Packers did against the Lions. Didn't work out too well for them, but we'll leave that alone. This is as we get ready here. So we're going to see that Yankton defense, Bryce, a defense that's forced 28 turnovers this season.
Opening drive of the game brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you were traveling to a home or away game, be sure to fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's, located at 1606 Broadway Avenue. All right, back to return. As you mentioned before, Josh, will be Carson Stoser. And kicking for Yankton, Liam Villanueva. This special teams outfit for Yankton has been really instrumental in their success.
Yeah, really instrumental, and we're going to see how they do here early. I mean, this is something that this coaching staff, they preach and send it home as much as they can, this team. Eventually, it will come into play at some point in the season. You've seen it many times, whether it's a field goal or a good punt, playing field position, things like that, or even a fumble, such as the Mitchell game at the end of the regular season. So, yeah, special teams play a big part of this, and it's something that Yankton puts a lot of focus and effort into.
And Villanueva getting his team set up here. Yankton High School Band in attendance here tonight. The 11AA state semifinal matchup is in the air, and the kickoff from Yankton will be returned at the 11-yard line. Out to the outside, it's Stolley. Stolley finds some room going out to the right side. He gets past the Pier 40 and will be brought down finally at the Pier 42. Great field position to start for the Govs.
Yeah, and a good return there, like you said. Got it about the 10 and hit the Jets as soon as he got into that second line. Good return here, good field position to start for the Governors. We'll see what they want to do here on offense. And last time we saw them out, they ran the ball a lot on that first drive. We'll see if they get a repeat of that from Imperial. We'll see maybe a little mix of things and something different here tonight.
Lounsbury does have 18 touchdown passes on the season, about 1,600 yards. He's under center, and it will be a quick handoff. And off to the right side, and wrapped up right away is Carter Merrill, the 5'11 junior. He enters the game with 675 rushing yards, just 3 rushing touchdowns, but, Josh, 4.9 yards per carry.
Yeah, 4.9 yards per carry, and I think he was met right at the line. I believe it was Thomas Reardon who was in on the play. Met him right at the line of scrimmage. I think Edley Amaro eventually got in there too, but Thomas Reardon making a nice play to start. Not much run game or ground game to be found or space in that play.
2nd and 9. Lounsbury back under center. He drops back to pass. He's looking to the center of the field. Ball in the air and a wide open receiver, and it is Carter Scheffelbein, the 5'10 sophomore, who has his 5th receiving touchdown of the game. I don't have a good feeling right now, Josh, but it appears up 6-0.
Yeah, and that was the only option there that was really open on that ball, but it's the right one, wide open on a post for the touchdown. Pierre being aggressive early, hitting the deep ball, and getting on the board. That's exactly how you want to start this game. If you're the Govs, you want to go down, set the tone early, and get a big play, and they do right away to start. And, Gov's on the board early.
All right, and is Carter Templeton. He is 27 of 30 in extra points this season. As we have a nice snap, hold, and extra point is up, and it is good. Pierre leads 7-0 over Yankton, 11-11 to go here in the first. Back in 1 minute, Yankton Bucks football trying to respond right here on KYNT and KYN TV.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
Are you tired of waiting forever for a return phone call or being told to call a 1-800 number? I'm Jen with Missouri River Associates. Our office strives on providing fast, personal service for all your insurance needs. Home, auto, life, health, Medicare, and more.
From home and auto to life and disability, I'm Skylar Sherman and I offer tailored solutions with a personal touch. Because when it comes to protecting what matters most, you deserve more than just a generic plan. I'm not just here to sell you a policy, I'm here to understand your unique needs and find coverage that's right for you. Give me a call today at Missouri River Associate.
Are you looking to buy or sell your home, but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to help you every step of the way. With almost 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress-free. Call me at 605-664-5555, and let's get you moving.
Brought down on the 44-yard line. Brought down by number 20, Tyson
Bryce Crawl right up the middle. One of the upbacks, Josh, on the kick return, gets it in the blocking position, gets it all the way to the Yankton 44. That's where Yankton will set up shop. It's Issa Nelson and company. Two receivers on the right side, of course. Running back Evan Sirk behind Nelson. You mentioned that 3-4 defense.
Yeah, 3-4 defense. We'll see how this Pierre team responds. They gave up over 200 yards this Yankton offense on the ground last time out, as looks like Sirk stumbled there after about a gain of 2 or 3 on the play, Bryce.
Yeah, it should be about 2nd and 7 for Yankton. And one thing you'll see all game long will be Yankton subbing in and out players. Yankton moving left to right on our screen or listening device. Eason Nelson, the shotgun, drops back to pass. He's looking to the middle of the field. And he finds Carson Ness at the 45 of Pierre and gets all the way to the Pierre 30. And he's tumbled down to the turf with the tackle Porter Hunsley. But Carson Ness, a big reception there. And Yankton moves the chains.
Good scheme on that one. Get Ness open in space. Get an easy completion for Easton to start the game. Big play and a nice first down there to get this drive started. 2
receivers left, 1 right. Sirk, handoff up the middle, slow down right at the line, gain of a yard, 2nd and 9 for the Bucks on the near hash mark.
Yeah, and it looks to me, I think it was Max Hunsley there for the Govs who kind of broke through a block and made the tackle right about the line of scrimmage.
2 receivers on the short side, 1 on the far. It's Owen Isaac in a quick motion, resets, and now Nelson rolls left. It's a play action, steps up in the pocket, and will be brought down well behind the line at the Pierre 36-yard line. A massive loss for the Bucks.
Yeah, there just wasn't anybody open on that, Bryce. Unfortunately, Easton wasn't able to get out of the pocket there. Tough play to make, but now 3rd down and at about the 34 or 36-yard line, you got to think if they get some positive yards here, Yankton will probably go for it on 4th.
Trips receivers right, 1 left. Nelson, shotgun. Has to step up, has to roll to the right. He's under a lot of pressure. He tucks the ball, gets to the 30 to the Pierre 25, and gets about half the yards needed to the first down marker. Ability to bring up 4th and 5 for the Bucks.
And obviously probably a go-for-it type situation here, 4th and 5 from the 25. Big moment early in this game. Yankton down 7. Let's see if they can get it here on a 4th down.
Ball on the near side. Connor Slaba in motion. Nelson rolling, far side, looking, finds Connor Slaba at the sticks, a few yards past it. That's a Yankton Bucks first down inside the red zone, which is brought to you by Midwest Insurance Agency, a local South Dakota company, the Smith Farm Mutual. That's Midwest Insurance Agency.
Staple play for the Bucks on 4th down. They like to roll out Easton and get something open in space. They find Slaba on the out. Big catch, big first down.
Ball far side, Bryce Crawl. There's a quick movement at the line, handoff to Sirk. He'll follow, crawl into the hole, and gets into the 2nd level, and that'll be a gain of about 4 yards on play for Sirk.
Yeah, looks like that's right about where they're going to mark it. Good run there on first down. Now 2nd and manageable here for the Bucks.
2nd and 6. 2 receivers right, 1 left, or 2 left.
And now Nelson looking to the near side. I think he finds Eidsness, maybe Zarbach. Eidsness, ball's intercepted in the end zone by George Stolley of the Governors. A pass that was forced in, taken away.
Yeah, and that's one, unless you got that Matt Stafford type cannon, that's a tough throw to make. Throwing it back on the other side of the field across your body. I see what he saw, but that is tough for most quarterbacks to make on those throws. Unfortunate break there for the Bucs, and now all of a sudden this defense back on the field after giving up the big touchdown on the last drive.
Caleb Lounsbury and the Governors will take over on their own 20. So I think Yankton just has to look at this as just a punt. That's what you have to do when you're in those situations. I guess trying to find the bright side, Josh. And now Lounsbury will be under center. Something Yankton doesn't see very often.
Something we don't see a ton from Pierre, at least in the last matchup. Obviously seeing something like that as that pitch play really goes nowhere there. On this one, Yankton so far doing a good job stopping the run game. Only about a yard or two on these two run plays early on for Pierre, Bryce.
Coulter Babcock and a 6'2 senior for the Govs.
At the 22-yard line.
And now just a couple yards gained. 2nd and 8 for the Governors. Leading Yankton 7-0. 8:25 to go in the first. Yankton has the gates have opened. Yankton not off to the best start, but plenty of game left. As Lounsbury drops back, looking to pass, center of the field. Ball's tipped up in the air, incomplete. Intended target was Carter Scheffelbein at the Pier 45. And we're seeing Lounsbury very confident. This is a whole different quarterback than we saw in the regular season.
Yeah, good response there from the Yankton defense. They didn't fall for it on that one. It looked like for a second there, I think it might have been Talon Kenny who about got to the quarterback on that play. If he had an extra maybe half second, he would have. Either way, nice job by Hazelhorse recovering there, getting the PBU. And now a key 3rd and 8 in this. Yankton, they can set the tone once again on defensively though, if they can get this stop.
Lounsbury empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Takes a snap. Under pressure. Amaro can't get there. Pass out to the sticks, and it will be a first down for the Governors. He does receive it 1 yard past the line, and that was, I believe, Scheffelbein on the reception.
Yeah, and Lounsbury did a good job there of getting out of pressure and finding a guy at the sticks. A good awareness there by the receiver to know exactly where the sticks are at, catch the ball, and keep the drive alive.
7:50 to go in the first. Fresh set of downs for Pierre. Yankton's defense trying to create some pressure for Lounsbury. He's had a lot of time in the back. That last one, he actually scrambled for some time, though. And now we have a handoff. Merrill, far side. And follows his right tackle. We have a flag out on the field. Could be a holding.
Yeah, probably a hold on that one. A nice break there for Yankton. There was a good run on there, but usually when you see those runs break through, especially against a defense like Yankton, probably a holding or something like that. Yeah, Pierre is walking back here, and that's a nice break there for the Yankton defense.
Flag on the play.
And so here's the official call. Maybe.
Holding. Offense, number 33. 10-yard penalty from the previous time. Replay first down.
So 10-yard penalty, replay first down for the Governors. They have it on their own 21-yard line.
I know we're only a couple plays into this game, but so far for Pierre, every sequence, it's been run on first, throw on second. Don't be surprised if Pierre decides to switch that up here on this one, maybe throw for it here on 1st and 20, try to catch the Yankton defense off guard.
7:28 to go in the first. 7-0 lead for Pierre. 1st and 20. Lounsbury single back set. Drops back. Plenty of time looking downfield. Now some late pressure. Ball in the air and incomplete. And setting him down. I believe that was...
I think it's Talon Kenny in there on the pressure. Okay. And he's doing a good job. The line held up pretty well there for Pierre. Kenny is a good enough player where eventually he got through and got some pressure there. But, yeah, he's having a nice game so far with a couple pressures.
His number was all scrunched up. I was like, who is this?
You're like, is that 8? Is that 9?
I was like 8-5, and I was like, no, that's not Sheldon. Of course, Talon Kenny. And he's had some big games this season, creating pressure, like you mentioned, off the edge. Him and Amaro tasked with that here today. And a low snap, Lounsbury. Quick halfback toss out to Merrill, far side. And he's stopped right at the line by Yankton.
Yeah, and the key on that play, Amaro made the tackle, but it was Lucas Cordell, Bryce, who broke through that line a little early on that one and really forced the back to have to go even further outside on that pitch. And now it is 3rd and a country mile here. I think about 3rd and 20 here for the Govs. Yankton trying to get off the field and force a punt.
So it'll be an empty backfield for Lounsbury. Trips receivers left side, one right. Of course, Pierre moving right to left on your screen listening device. 6:40 on the clock. 3rd and 20. Lounsbury steps back. Deep pass, center of the field. It's brought in by George Stolley at the 50-yard line. George Stolley having a big impact here early.
Yeah, and Yankton, you got to keep moving on that on defense. I feel like there's a little bit of watching the ball on that one. I'm not sure, but either way, heck of a completion there to Stolley on the post. And there was a post that burned Yankton on that first drive to the other side. That route working really well here for the Govs early. Yankton going to have to find a way to respond to that Pierre deep ball. They've struggled with it here early in this game.
Trips receivers left, one right. Empty backfield, Lounsbury again. Same formations we've seen a lot of this drive. As Pierre's been moving the ball very nicely. Quarterback keeper, rush off to the right side through the right tackle and gains 2. It'll be 2nd and about 8 for the Governors.
And that's more of a traditional Pierre run play, that quarterback with the extra line. And, you know, Yankton's done a good job of this run game. It's the pass game that's been giving them some fits early here. Pierre completing some deep passes on 3rd and longs. They had a 3rd and 10 earlier in this drive, a 3rd and 20 on that last one. Yankton haven't adjusted that, but the ground game so far, they're doing a good job against that part of the Pierre offense.
Edley Amaro jumps off sides on the far side of the field, and that'll help Pierre out.
Yeah, and that's something we've talked about for most of the season with him. He's got to figure out a way to adjust to that, because teams are starting to notice that, and it's happened a lot over the last several weeks.
So 2nd and about 4 for the Governors. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Low snap, Lounsbury picks it up. He'll keep it himself and be brought down right at the line. So not much damage done. He's able to recover. But yeah, low snap there. Yankton able to shut him down on the right side.
And considering where that play started with the bobbled snap, I think Pierre will take that, maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage with the bobbled snap. Obviously, that can be a disaster anytime that happens. But now a key 3rd down here. Once again, Yankton hasn't been able to get off the field on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 early.
4:45 to go in the first, 7-0 lead for Pierre. It's Lounsbury taking the direct snap and goes off to the right side, and we'll have the first down for the Governors. If Pierre wants to do it so far in this game, they've done it.
Yeah, and that one, once again, I mean, it's a heck of an effort from Lounsbury, but that feels like Yankton mistakes. A couple chances there to bring him down the backfield, and they just didn't make the play. Lounsbury capitalizes and gets the first.
Number 22, Matt Grotenhuis.
So 4:25 to go here in the opening quarter. And Yankton's looking for a big play to just get this team. It seems odd to say this, Josh, so early, but to kind of get the team back into it. It just seems like it's just Pierre just driving the car completely here as a handoff up the middle and maybe a yard gained on the carry. I believe that was, who carried that ball? Was it Merrill?
Brought down by number 11, Edley Amaro.
Yeah, it was Merrill. And so Merrill about a yard gain on the play.
For the Governors.
Yeah, once again, though, the Yankton defense stepping up against the run. They're going to have to find a way to adjust, and they've been getting it to 3rd down. 1st and 2nd hasn't been the issue earlier here, but either way, now 2nd and 8 for the Govs.
2 receivers left. Single back set, it's Merrill. Lounsbury will take the snap from the shotgun position. It's 2nd and 9. Pierre is in Yankton territory at the Yankton 38. Play action, Lounsbury rolls near side, pass out to Stolley and broken up by Yankton. And that is Matt Grotenhuis, the 5'10 senior.
Good coverage there from Grotenhuis. He picked the right time to hit the receiver on that and break it up. Now, once again, though, 3rd and long. We talked about that. Pierce 3 for 3 on this drive with 3rd downs. Yankton going to have to find a way to get that key stop and get off the field.
3rd and about 8.5 for the Governors. You can hear the Yankton crowd trying to will Yankton into a big play here. Lounsbury drops back, pass middle of the field, ball's up and broken up by Yankton. And that's Kale, the Warhorse. Hazelhorst wasn't beat that time, lays a big hit in the secondary. Incomplete pass brings up 4th down.
Yeah, and a nice play there from Hazelhorst. Well timed to break that up, and we'll see what Pierre decides to do here. The ball is at about the 37. We'll see if they decide to go for it. If they're going to punt, I think this looks like they're subbing in their punt unit here to give this one back to the Bucks. But a key stop there for Yankton. Much needed stop the way Pierre was moving the football.
All right, so it will be Pierre to punt. Carter Templeton staying on top of the big red Y here at Crane-Youngworth Field. Carson Ness back to receive the punt, not Connor Slaba, who's done that most of the year. And punt is up, and Ness will let this one die wherever it may, and that will be a touchback. Yankton will take over on their own 20. It's just, Josh, I've mentioned it before, a third time now. It just seems weird to say this when it's so much time left and only 7-0, but I think Yankton really needs to go down and score in this drive.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's one of those, your defense just gets a big stop. I don't know if it's must get, but it is definitely an important drive here to tie this game early. Pierre can start controlling the ball the way they want to if you get a stop here, if you're the Govs, but now Yankton lining up here in the pistol on first down.
All right, circle motion. It's a quick handoff. As Matthew Sheldon going up the middle, and we'll lunge forward for about 3 yards on the carry. And it'll bring about 2nd and 7 on the next play.
Yeah, and Yankton trying to get that game going so far. They haven't really been stopped with it, but they also haven't had that big play yet that we're used to in the ground game. We'll see eventually if they keep going at it, if that'll break open.
Nelson, handoff, Cirque, right side, swoops out to the right side, gets to the 30, and to the 30, about maybe the 34 they're going to give him to. That's enough for a Yankton Bucks first down.
Yeah, and that's a nifty play there, kind of a sweep to the opposite back and get Evan Cirque out in pace, or out in space for a first down to start this drive.
2 receivers each side, single back set. Nelson, handoff, Cirque up the middle, and is able to spin his way for positive yardage.
Evan Cirque on the carry, brought down around the 40-yard line.
And Evan Cirque just so quick once he reaches the line.
And we talked about Yankton going for 200 last time they played Pierre, and you can tell that's what they're wanting to attack on this drive. Hit the ground game, 3 carries to start this drive.
2nd and 4. Nelson to pass to Ness, brings it in and spin and gets to midfield right at the 50. They'll obviously move the chains. And now Yankton starting to cruise.
And I like that play there. Get Easton some easy throws to make. A curl route to Ness right there, open in space for a first down.
Trips receivers left side. Scratch that. Slaba in motion to the near. And we have flags out. We bring in our rules expert, Josh Sterator.
Josh Sterator, I think that, yes, snap infraction. Usually that means, and that's going to be on the center mark, Kyle. Usually that might mean he lifted his head or maybe moved the ball a little bit or something like that. But, yeah, snap infraction here in the Bucks now sets up a 1st and 15.
Yeah, 1st and 15 Bucks on their own 45. Handoff to Cirque. Cirque will try to get back to midfield, and it's a gain of about 3. And it'll bring up 2nd and 12 now for the Bucks.
Yeah, 2nd and 12, and not a bad little carry there. You get about 3-4 yards, get close-ish to the line of scrimmage. Now Yankton coming out here in an empty formation.
Carson Ness will actually line up with Nelson. Nelson back to pass. Pass out to Cohen Zarbach at midfield. Nice block by Carson Ness at around the 45. As Zarbach is able to scoot forward to the Pierre 43, bring up 3rd and 3 for the Bucks.
Yeah, good read there by Easton. You don't need the shot every play, and he had Zarbach open on a little drag there. Sets up a 3rd manageable, a 3rd and 4 here.
Nelson drops back, pass, Cohen Zarbach at the Pierre 35-yard line. That will move the chains. That's a Yankton Bucks first down.
And Bryce, I really like the design of the pass game so far here for the Bucks. Simple throws, easy reads to make, get receivers out in space with drags and curls, and you saw it right there.
Kind of a bunch formation here. 3 receivers on the short end of the field, and now it's Evan Cirque. He'll drive to the opposite side with the carry, gets to the 30, cuts up to the Pierre 25 to the 24, and is forced out of bounds. And again, Josh, move the chains. Yankton Bucks first down.
And you know, Bryce, sometimes we try to make football a little too complicated, but sometimes it can be as simple as get a fast guy out in space. You saw it right there with Evan Cirque. First down for the Bucks, and they're moving on this drive.
Ball on the 24-yard line. Cirque will get the Bucks into the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone at the 19-yard line. A local independent insurance agency offering insurance from a local South Dakota company to Smet Farm Mutual, located just east of the Yankton Bowl. That's Midwest Insurance Agency. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Houston Nelson sends Bryce Krall to a new blocking assignment. Evan Cirque will follow Krall, and with the carry gets to the 15. And a gain of about 4 on the play.
Nice run there, and Yankton trying to capitalize here and get some points. We saw last drive a turnover in the red zone, trying to avoid that again, but run there and setting up a 3rd and about 2 here. And you got to think, obviously, if they don't get it, as long as they don't go backwards, either way, probably going for this if they don't get it.
3rd and 2. Handoff to Matthew Sheldon. Sheldon trying to muscle the Bucks to a first down. He won't be able to do so. He gets half the yards needed, being 4th and 1.
Yeah, 4th and inches, maybe 4th and 1 here, like you said. And I think Yankton will take this to the end of the first, go for it here to start the second quarter.
So after the first, it is Yankton trailing Pierre 7-0. That is your scoreboard update, brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. Their #1 goal at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab is to make each patient feel at home and know they are truly there to help you live a healthier, pain-free life. SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. Visit them at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. Quarter break brought to you by Rise Fuel. Packed with essential vitamins and nutrients, Rise Fuel gives you the power to push harder, go faster, and perform better. Fuel your ambition and unleash your potential with Rise Fuel. Your first quarter sponsors were First Dakota National Bank and the UPS Store. Back in 30 seconds, this is Yankton Bucks football.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's 2 best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfasts and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, 2 great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
Get it cleaned with Buell's.
Dress shirts, suits, dresses, coats. At Buell's, they specialize in dry cleaning and pressing. You can pick it up or even have it delivered.
Got a tough stain you're worried about getting out? Leave it to Buell's. They're experts in getting out those nasty stains.
Do you wash your own comforter? If you really want it clean, let Buell's do it. Their large-size washers are perfect for comforters.
If you need it clean, take it to Buell's. 444 West 3rd, Yankton.
All right, welcome back to Crane-Youngworth Field. Beginning of the second quarter. Your second quarter sponsors Yankton Medical Clinic, So Much Care, So Close to Home, and FNBO. The Great Big Small Bank, proud to serve our community for more than 165 years. Stop by your local branch or visit fnbo.com. Member FDIC. It is 4th and 1 for the Bucks.
Yeah, 4th and 1 here. Obviously, Yankton, they're lining up in the buck truck here, Bryce, with about a half a yard to go.
Easton Nelson takes a snap, follows his blockers, should have the first down, trying to protect that football. And that will move the chains. Fresh set of downs. And that's going to be at the 12-yard line. So actually another first down to be able to get here before they're at goal.
Like that play call there, Bryce. Keep it simple. Power football. Get the first down. Keep the drive moving.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Single back set. It's Evan Sirk. Handoff. Sirk follows his left tackle. Lowers the shoulder pads and plays called dead at the 8-yard line. So a nice carry for Evan Sirk.
Once again, a nice run there. Yankton's not getting the home run yet, but they're getting those 4 or 5-yard body blows. And you saw right there again, cutting the sticks in about half here. Now set up about a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5.
And Nelson bumps into Sirk, and Nelson will keep it himself. Gets to the 10, to the 5, and spins. He's at the goal line. And they're going to say he's short, but also we have a flag in the backfield.
Yeah, typically you're probably going to see a hold in this situation. I think that was a bit of a broken play, and Easton just took off with it. But I think there was a holding on the edge when Easton was trying to cut up. We'll see what the call is here, but that's what I kind of suspect on this one. That's exactly what it's going to be, holding here on the offense. I think they're going to get Bryce Crawl here with that penalty, and that is a spot foul. So that'll make it about a 2nd and 14 here, Bryce. For Yankton, completely changing the situation. Now you go from 2nd and 5 at about the Pier 8. Now all of a sudden you're sitting about 2nd and 14 at your own 17-yard line here.
Yeah, not ideal for the Bucks.
Penalty brings the ball to
They're at the 18-yard line now. The line to get is all the way at the 2.
But the good news is out of that is you do have that chance to pick up first down. You don't have to get touchdown here. You can get down to the 2, like you said.
And Nelson sends Slava in motion. Drops back to pass. Steps up, rolls off to the line of scrimmage, gets to the 15, and spins down to the 10. And, making lemonade out of lemons there for Easton Nelson.
I like that decision there by the senior quarterback. He didn't really have anything downfield. He takes off and gets some yards. Now you got about a 3rd and 8 here. If you don't get it and you get a few yards, you can maybe go for it, but let's see what happens.
Slava again in motion. He'll join the receivers on the left side. Nelson rolls left. He's looking to pass. Really nothing there. Maybe Bryce Krall receives it at the 5, spins down to the 3, and I think we actually had a fumble, but Yankton's not freaking out yet, so I think Bryce Krall is able to jump back on it if it was a fumble, in fact. And they're all the way pretty much at the first down marker, Josh.
And that cut was key there from Krall. He cuts back inside, gets an extra yard or 2, and now you got to assume Yankton going for it here on 4th and inches.
4th and inches, Easton Nelson. Hand up to Cirque. He's at the goal line. Did he get the first down? It's so close.
We'll see where they spot it. That is close. We'll see if they put the hand up or if they signal first down. I think this is a first, but either way, this is really close, Bryce.
And I'm looking through my binoculars right now.
You got to think they're getting the chain out on this either way to measure it.
Time out for measurement.
And
so they are bringing the measurement out, yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. This is as close as it can be, Bryce. It's so hard to tell from up here, too, whether that got across or not. I think it did, but we'll see what they call.
Well, let me look at where the marker, from this angle, yeah, it's so hard.
Looks like it's right on the 2 to me. I mean,
and they're bringing out the chain. Sorry to keep everyone in suspense, but I'm watching through the binoculars right now.
Well, you're in suspense. People at home are in suspense. People in Crane are in suspense. Everybody's in suspense, Bryce. Let's see where they measure this. They are bringing out the sticks.
And Josh, I think they're short.
I don't think so. I think they got this.
By the nose of the football?
Yeah.
Short.
Yeah, it's short. Now that is Pierre football. Big stop by the Govs. Through this Yankton offense, you're searching for answers right now. That's 2 times you've gone down into the red zone and come away with 0 points. A turnover on the last drive with the pick, and then now getting stuff there on 4th and inches. I mean, what a play. What a job of this Pierre defense. And that's something that Coach Belichick from the Patriots for all these years has talked about. When you face a good offense, you got to be good inside the 20s in the red area, and this Pierre defense doing that so far. Now let's see how this offense and what they can do for Pierre. I mean, they did have a shot play on their first drive for a big touchdown. See maybe if they try to dial that up again or if they just try to run the ball here and get out of the back of the end zone.
10:06 to go in the first. Pierre leads 7-0. They have the ball on their own 2-yard line. Yankton's defense being relied upon again. Lounsbury takes a snap and toss out to Merrill. Merrill at the goal line and really brought down for maybe even a very small loss there. And Yankton's defense really shutting down the edge.
Yeah, and good job there by Merrill. I thought he was going to be tackled, but in the end zone there for a second. Did a good job of getting out of the end zone. I think he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage even on that little pitch there.
Like a last effort kind of thing. But Lounsbury dead center in the end zone, taking the snap. Yankton trying to dial up some pressure here. Back to pass. Pass in the middle of the field, and it is again brought in. And it is brought in by Carter Scheffelbein, the same receiver that had that big touchdown in the opening drive.
And Pierre's doing a good job of getting him across the field. Yankton's playing with a little bit of space, and they're sending him on posts and deep slants, get big plays across the field. And you saw it right there again on that slant. And now all of a sudden you go from 2nd and 10 at your own 2. You got the ball at 1st and 10 at 26. Big play for the Govs.
Yep, Pierre now moving the chains. And a big opportunity there for Yankton to have him pinned, but all it takes is one big play. Merrill in the backfield. Lounsbury will be under center. Takes a snap. Handoff Merrill, left tackle, and is slowed down after a gain of 3. And gets to about 30 and a half, say the 31.
Yeah, it looks like Merrill was met right at the line of scrimmage. He did a good job powering forward for a couple extra yards there. You can move forward a couple yards on Bryce Krall after getting hit by him. That's an impressive job there by Merrill.
Yeah, very powerful runner. And he looks it as well. So 2nd and 6 and a half, 2nd and 7. As Lounsbury, again, will be under center. Checking the defense. Hand off Merrill. Merrill, middle of the field, gets positive yardage, breaks free into the secondary, and gets to the 41-yard line. That will move the chains.
Yeah, Merrill's starting to power forward. Saw in the last couple plays. Another set of another first down there, and Pierre putting together a heck of a drive. Starting at their own 2, and all of a sudden they're at their own 41, putting together a well-timed drive.
Ball to the 41. First and 10 for the Governors. 7:50 to go in the first half. 7-0 lead for Pierre. And if it ain't broke, Merrill gets a handoff and will gain another almost 4 yards on the carry. 2nd and 6.
And you can see the hole starting to open up a little bit there on the front line for Pierre, and Merrill's starting to take advantage of them as well. We'll see if they continue to capitalize on that, or maybe if they're trying to draw Yankton in and throw another pass over the top. Either way, this Pierre offense having a lot of success moving the football through about a quarter and a half here.
4.9 yards per carry for Merrill entering the game, and his average is just pretty much exactly that so far. Yankton making a quick adjustment on defense as Lounsbury is checking his wristband. Of course, Steve Steele has a newly tuned offense here as Merrill gets the handoff. Gets off to the right side, and another 4 yards for Carter Merrill, and I'll bring up 3rd and 2.
And I think my eyes are messing with out there at the night, Bryce. It looks like he's getting men at the line and tackle at the line of scrimmage every play, but the truth is it's just not what's happening. Here, what they're doing is they're putting an extra guy on the line almost every play, line up at center and playing big boy football, running it. And Yankton, at least on these last couple plays, have had trouble suggesting that. So now they're bringing in, looks like it's Elijah Bucci here on 3rd and short. He's that quarterback power run guy they like to use in that, so don't be surprised if that's what you see here.
And Bucci drops the snap and be met in the backfield by Edley Amaro. But Amaro is down hard. Josh grabbing his head. His helmet came off, and he hit the turf hard. And so hopefully everything's okay there. And
you wonder maybe if when his helmet flew off, he got kicked in the head or something on accident when he was swinging around. But either way, a nice break there for Yankton. Ball bobbled snap. Once again, we've seen that twice now for Pierre. Yankton did a good job of capitalizing. A big stop. You hope Amaro's okay. He's walking off under his own power. Obviously, they'll check him out, but the Yankton's going to need him tonight with how he plays throughout the season. 9 sacks. Made a nice play there. Now Yankton getting the stop that they need. Got to assume Pierre's going to punt this football. That'd be a little too rich maybe to go for this on the 46 here in the first half.
Well, Yankton was given a little bit of a gift there, a low snap. And let's see if they can turn this into a positive here. As Carson Ness in this game is back to receive these punts. Usually it's Connor Slaba, but both of them have shared that responsibility during the year. As punt is up, and it will hit the 25, take a pure bounce inside the red zone to the 15. That's where Yankton will take over.
Yeah, taking over here in Yankton, they have not had a problem moving the ball at all, Bryce. The problem is they've gotten to the red zone twice and come away with 0 points. You had the turnover on the first drive, and then on the last drive, you get stuffed on a key 4th and inches. And now Yankton moving the ball hasn't been the problem, like I said. Now it's about getting into the red zone and capitalizing once you get there.
5:53 to go in the first half. 7-0 lead for Pierre. Yankton trying to answer. It's Easton Nelson and company. Ball in their own 15. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Slaba in motion, handoff Cirque up the middle of the field, gets past the line of scrimmage, and will gain 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Had 2 on that play, and now if you're Yankton, you gotta remember, if you can time this right, you can take a long drive here. Do get the ball first at the start of the second half, so if you can take about a 4 or so minute drive here, put some points on the board, you're sitting in a really good spot going into halftime, but only about a gain of 2 on that play.
Easton Nelson, halfback toss out to Cirque on the near side, gets to the 20. Is hit hard from behind at the 24-yard line. A big tackle there from Patrick LaRoque, the 5'11", 220 senior.
Good run there, though, from Evan Cirque, about 7 on the play. Pitch outside, and now you set up another 3rd and short here. We'll see if Yankton chooses to run the football. They are bringing in Matthew Sheldon. Typically, they like to bring him in here on these short run situations.
So 3rd and 1. Handoff Sheldon. He'll have the first down. Punches forward to the 30. Gonna move the chains.
Yeah, nice run there by Matthew Sheldon, the big back, and he's actually kind of holding his arm a little gingerly here on that play. We'll keep an eye on that as he walks off the field, but now Yankton with a fresh set of downs here in the gun.
Connor Slaba. Handoff. Cirque up the middle. Gets a gain of about 4 on the play. Our key player of the game, Matthew Sheldon, of course, grabbing that shoulder. It's kind of a not really a secret anymore. He has the hurt shoulder. He's been dealing with that for years now.
Yeah, and it's something he's battled through that for years. Like you said, tough football player, and they're checking him out right now.
4:20 to go in the first half. Cirque again, the handoff will be met in the backfield. The blocking just broke down there, and a loss of yards.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I didn't see. Maybe there's a missed block or something like that on that play, but met in the backfield, now setting up about a 3rd and 7 here for the Bucks.
33-yard line.
About 4:03 to play here, first half.
So 3rd and 3. Excuse me. So 3rd down and long. And now Easton Nelson takes the snap, goes up the middle, gets to the 40, right at the first down marker. That will be enough for Yankton Bucks first down. If not, I'm going to start yelling from the booth, Josh.
The extra effort there from Easton Nelson. He knows what this game means, and he put his shoulder down and got the first down. Impressive play by the senior quarterback, keeping this drive alive. And now, like I said earlier, Bryce, you got to control that clock, run it down as much as you can, try to get some points on the board before the half. Easton's actually walking over to the sideline. They got Evan Cirque in the backfield here, Bryce, running or taking the snap. Okay, they're bringing Easton back out. I was thinking, okay, are we running a Wildcat with him having something going on? But never mind, ignore everything I'm saying.
Let's get suited up. All right, Easton Nelson, the shotgun. Rolling to the right, steps away from a block, now comes back to the near side. He gets to midfield. He's to the Pierre 40, to the 35, to the 25, angled out of bounds at the Pierre 21-yard line. That's a Yankton Bucks first down.
And there's 2 things I want to highlight in that play. Evan Cirque, the running back, it was initially a rollout pass. Cirque does a nice job on a block. Nelson's able to cut back with some open field and make a big gain here. Now Yankton in business at about the 22-yard line.
3:08 to go in the first half. Nelson drops back. Pass off to the right side. It gets to Bryce Crawl to the 15. And what just happened?
So on that play.
What happened in the play? And then I want to know what happened in the booth.
Yeah, so they're actually kind of correlated. I saw Bryce Crawl open the flat, and I pointed. And as I pointed, I hit my hand on the window. So that's what happened there on that one. But now we got a whistle here. I think there might be
it's a clock issue.
Clock issue, yeah. Or signal. The referee did tap his head. I'm not sure if there's maybe somebody they want to get checked out.
4-0's got to go.
Oh, maybe. Okay, so Owen Eisnes has to check out, and I'm 98% sure it's probably an equipment thing.
Mouthpiece. There we go. Yeah. These officials have done a very good job, I feel like, Bryce, of explaining what's going on in situations like that here tonight. And taking time, we saw with the measurement on the last drive for Yankton. I feel like they're doing a really good job of looking things over and taking time with that here tonight. But now a 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3 here for the Bucks.
All right, Coach Zarbach joins the action. 2 receivers left, 1 right. 2nd and 4 for the Bucks. They're inside the Midwest Insurance Agency red zone. Nelson back to pass. Steps up in the pocket and will be met by a host of governors right at the 15. Spun down hard behind the line. And Yankton wants a flag. Kind of an excessive end of the tackle there. There is no flags being thrown. Easton Nelson is just being told to get his team back on the line.
Well, what I don't understand is the forward progress. It looked like he had been stopped a yard or 2 before that. To me, it looks like they're bringing it back to where he got slammed down almost. I mean, forward progress exists, but either way, now 3rd and 5 here for Yankton. We'll see, and maybe it's hard to see from up here. Maybe that's where he's at, but I don't know on that one. Now 3rd and 5, though, for the Bucks.
And Connor Slavo. Motion in the slot. Nelson rolling left to pass into Easton Feeser. And Feeser gets to the 10-yard line. And we haven't seen a lot of offensive action from Easton Feeser this season.
What I love is Yankton has so many of those guys that can play both ways at that H-back spot. And you saw it right there. Easton Feeser making the key grab and keeping the drive alive. Now 1st and goal here.
1st and goal right at the 10. Handoff. Cirque at the 10. Gets to the 5. Cuts to the middle. It'll be down at the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 4.
And Yankton doing a good job of exactly what I talked about, running that clock. There's about 1:15 left here in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 5. Let's see if Yankton can capitalize. 0 for 2 in the red zone so far.
And we will have a timeout taken by Pierre. Timeouts are brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. If you're looking for a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Back in 30 seconds here from Crane-Youngworth Field, this is Yankton Bucks football.
Boston Shoes to Boots is proud to support Yankton High School athletics. Boston Shoes to Boots is your headquarters for quality and comfortable shoes for the whole family. From athletics and work boots to sandals and dress, we have you covered by our popular brands like Brooks, New Balance, Birkenstock, Red Wing, Keen, and so many more. Shop our location downtown at 313 Cedar Street or visit us online at bostonchoose2boots.com. Boston Shoes to Boots, your footwear expert since 1915.
So Matthew Sheldon has returned to the field, which is great news for Yankton Bucks fans.
Three-back set here for the Bucks as well, Bryce. Bryce Crawl in the backfield.
Oh, the Buck
Sheldon.
Triad.
The Buck Triad, yes.
Remember, I named that one. All right, so the Buck Triad here. Nelson to Cirque, 2 blockers ahead of him. Touchdown, Yankton! The near side. Evan Cirque able to punch it in for the Bucks with 1:06 to go in the first half. Crane is electric right now.
Masterful drive there from Yankton. They get the ball with about 5.5 to play in the first half left, and they go down the field and get a touchdown in about 4 minutes. Key there. Now, all of a sudden, if you get a stop on this next drive, you go in the half of the tie game and the football to start.
Kevin Ortiz out for the extra point. Kilgary the snapper, Tate Bestie the holder, and the left-footed kicker, Kevin Ortiz. High snap, but a nice hold. Extra point is up and off the upright. No good. It was a high snap. Tate Bestie pulled it down. Kevin Ortiz did the best he could, but Pierre leads 7-6. And, of course, in the state semifinal matchup versus Pierre, what else would you expect, Josh?
Yeah, what else would you expect? Hit the crossbar on that one, and that's huge. That could come back to bite Yankton in this game. We'll see. They might have to chase some points later, but now 7-6 is your score here. Yankton trying to get some going and get the stop here before half. That way you still go down into the half, just down 1. Get that ball first, start the second half.
Back in 30 seconds. This is Yankton Bucks football.
Want to know what there is to do in Yankton? We have the answer. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. Yankton Thrive introduces the visityanktonsd.com website. It's your source for information on what things are going on tonight, this weekend, or even next month. Visit yanktonsd.com includes information on sporting events, arts and culture, community events, and so much more. Looking for something for you and your family to do? Then look at the visityanktonsd.com website.
That scoring drive was another $12 to the Yankton Booster Club by way of Core Trust Bank, member FDIC. Core Trust Bank doubling down on Yankton points this season. And Liam Villanueva to kick for Yankton. Ball's in the air. And returned by Stolly at the 10. Gets up to the far side. He has some room on the outside. Matt Grotenheis able to slow him down. And I think it was a clean tackle. It just kind of looked like a high tackle, like a horse collar, but I think he got him by the jersey. And Pierre will take over on their own. The mark of this, the 34.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've seen Pierre have a nice return in this game. We saw it on the first drive. Another one there. Now Pierre, look, they have a chance here. They can try to get some more points on the board before halftime. They do have 2 timeouts. Minute to work here. We'll see how aggressive they want to be. They do have a shot play that first drive for Pierre. They had a big 57-yard touchdown on that drive on a post route. We'll see if they try to dial something up with the deep ball once again here tonight.
And Lounsbury, empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 1 left. Keel Hazors playing off his guy a little bit. Edley Amaro takes Lounsbury down at the line. Very minimal gain of inches. Edley Amaro was there and ready. He's also back in action.
Yeah, and for Pierre, that was a simple thought. Their thought was, we'll run the ball, see if you get some yards, and if that happens, then you take time out and start throwing the ball. Amaro, though, had different plans, makes the play on that one.
Lounsbury again, the snap, under some pressure. And Amaro forces a fumble. It's recovered by Yankton. Yankton football. Riker Frang jumps on top of it. The 6'1 senior jumping with joy. Edley Amaro forces it. Yankton now has possession with 31 seconds to go in the first half.
Edley Amaro gets around the edge there on the right tackle, punches the ball out, gets his 10th sack, and a big turnover there. Yankton now, they have, I believe, all 3 timeouts and 30 seconds to work here. We'll see what they try to do, but either way, Yankton, though, with a big turnover there. Let's see how they respond on offense.
Let's chase those points now. Trips receivers far side, 1 near. Nelson checks his play band. Takes the snap, drops back. Middle of the field, Connor Slava at the 25, and is brought down at the waist at the 21. He's hurrying up to the line, and Pierre Has a player slow to get up, but it's Stolly. He's good now, and the clock is going. No timeout yet. I think Yankton wants to run one more play yet, Josh. And now Nelson dropping back. Steps up and sends it over to Evan Sirk to be incomplete pass, but a little dangerous there. And break that one down, Josh.
A little dangerous. It looked like Yankton was about to take a sack there, but Sirk was about able to dump that off. I thought Yankton would maybe take a timeout in that situation. They didn't, but now second and 10 here from about the 22. I was surprised. Now Yankton's going to take a timeout. And now you're telling your guys, if you're Coach Muth here, maybe get somebody open in space and get down as quick as you can, take that timeout, maybe set up a field goal situation. But obviously you need a few more yards here maybe to try that.
Back in 30 seconds. Timeout's brought to you by Hedro in Yankton. This is Yankton Bucks football.
Don't wait for the snow and cold to get here. Now is the time to get your garage and shop doors repaired and serviced before the winter season. It's time to call the Garage Door Professionals. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We will service your door for less problems this winter. So if your garage or shop doors need replacing or just a tune-up, get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
All right, 3 receivers left side, 1 right. 2 timeouts left for Yankton, but they could probably only use 1 right now. It's 11 seconds on the clock. Second and pretty much 10. Single back set is Matthew Sheldon. He'll be there for blocking. Nelson drops back. Some pressure, rolls right. And pass out and intended at the 10-yard line for Connor Slava. But unless he just became Spider-Man overnight, he was going to be able to get that one. 3rd and 10, 5 seconds to go in the first half.
And now you're either taking a shot or you're trying the field goal here. And I think, based on substitutions, I think Yankton's going to try a field goal here. We'll see if they can put this one in.
You've only attempted 2 this year?
Yes,
Where's
2.
my stats?
Kevin Ortiz is 2 for 2 on that. He does have a missed extra point here tonight, hit the crossbar.
All right, this will be a 38-yard field goal. Almost a 39. So what do you call it? 38-yarder. We have a timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and keep it here, Josh. And I guess this is just kind of funny money, as they would say, right? Monopoly money. You weren't expecting to get the ball back with 31 seconds left. So if you can kick that field goal, that helps with that extra point miss, of course. Then you have those points back. And if you do miss it, then I guess you're just looking at it as a big stop against Pierre.
Right. And here's the good news for Yankton. Even if they don't get the points, they're still only down 1 going into half. Get the ball first next half. But obviously, this would be big for momentum to get that lead going in the second half with the ball. But now Yankton here, and this is interesting. Kevin is 2 for 2 on field goals here. We'll see if he can put this one in. But a big spot here for the Bucks.
And this is like exactly 38.5 yards. Let's just go ahead and say 39. So 39-yarder coming up for Kevin Ortiz, the lefty. Kilgary did have a high snap in the extra point. Tate Bestie to hold. Nice snap, nice hold. Kick is up, and it's good! Yankton takes a 9-7 lead over Pierre. Going into halftime, Josh, Kevin Ortiz did it, 39-yarder, and that is the momentum you were talking about.
Yeah, big one right there. Yankton going to the half with the lead. What a field goal there from Kevin Ortiz. He's 3 for 3, 4 field goals here, and that's huge for Yankton as they now go to the half with the lead, and they get the ball to start.
That's another $6 going to the Yankton Boost Club by way of Core Trust Bank. They're doubling down on Yankton points this season. That's Core Trust Bank, member FDIC. We'll take a break, come back with your Vera halftime report right here from Crane-Youngworth Field on KYNT, KYNTV.
It's never a good time to find yourself stuck on the side of the road. When you do, call Gary's Towing, your trusted family-owned towing service, serving the Yankton area for over 50 years. Whether it's light, medium, or heavy towing, they've got the right equipment and the experience to get you back on the road fast. Day or night, call Gary, Mike, or Mason, 665-4351. Gary's Towing, where experience means reliability.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Core Trust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Imagine paid vacation, sick leave, holidays, and full medical coverage the moment you start a new job. Plus quarterly profit sharing, 5% 401k match, and a company-paid retirement plan. Your first day on the job. With Parker of Yankton, you don't have to imagine, because all these benefits begin day one. We are hiring assemblers, machine operators, material handlers, and line operation techs for both shifts. Don't mind working nights? Enjoy a pay differential of $235. If you're looking to upgrade your career and have day one benefits, apply today at Parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan. Oh, come on, ref! That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450.
At Vision Care Associates, we're always improving our technology for the health of your eyes. With Optomap dilation-free exams, you get a comprehensive view of your retina without the need for dilation eye drops. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it keeps your day interruption-free. Optomap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. Book your Optomap exam now.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
Want to take the hassle out of servicing your heating or cooling system? Then sign up for the Kaiser Signature Membership Program. This is Chris Frick with Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Not only will you get peace of mind knowing your units are being serviced regularly, but being a Kaiser Signature member gives you priority service, a discount on parts and labor, and no overtime rates. Take comfort and let our qualified professional technicians keep you running.
Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Ever try to fit a giant cactus into a box? No? Well, at the UPS store, we've seen it all. Okay, maybe not a cactus, but we've seen a lot, so don't worry. You don't have to be a packing genius. Let the associates at the UPS store handle it. From awkward size objects to important documents, we'll pack it perfectly, ship it safely, and give you peace of mind you need. Whether it's fragile, oversized, well, or just plain weird, bring it to us, and we'll take care of the rest. The UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion, because sometimes packing is harder than it looks.
And welcome to your halftime report brought to you by Avera, moving health forward. I'm Bryce Ladwig alongside Josh Boelter. We are in the broadcast booth brought to you by Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express Hotel Direct 605-653-2250. To say that was a tale of 2 quarters and a half, Josh would be saying something else. That's a 9-7 lead for Yankton right now, but what an odd game.
Yeah, what an odd game. I mean, Yankton had 4 trips to the red zone, 9 points out of it. Big field goal there at the end of the half off the turnover from Edley Amaro. Pierre came out and look, they got that shot play early. They've had some first downs since then, but really nothing fully sustained outside of really that shot play. and really made for one heck of an interesting first half here as we're, sitting here trying to crown someone who's going to be going to the state title game, but an interesting first half for sure.
All right, and there's a lot of good games going on around the state, and we'll check on them. Let's actually check over in our neighbor down in Nebraska and go over that. Crofton Warriors in Class D1. They are taking on Summerland, and they are losing to Summerland right now 40-38. That is the end of the third quarter, and we'll see how that one turns out. And then also in Nebraska, Class C2, the Cedar Catholic Trojans. They are trailing Bishop Newman 17-14, and that is at halftime. That is in Wahoo, Nebraska. I think I got that down right. And then we turn our attention into our good state of South Dakota. And let's go ahead and go around the state. Let's start in 9B right now, as playoffs are all going on here. The semifinals, rather. All right, Sully Buttes is leading Canastota 34-26. 8 minutes left in the fourth. And then second seed Falkton area is leading third seed Del Rapids St. Mary 32-22. 7 minutes left in the third. In Class 9A, number 2 Wall is tied with number 4 Woolsey Wessington at 22. 6 minutes left in the fourth. Number 1 Howard is tied with number 3 Warner at 6 at halftime. And in 9AA, number 2 Hamlin is leading number 3 Elkton Lake Benton 20-6 at halftime. Number 1 Parkston is on top of Freeman Marion Academy 14-8, and that is at halftime. Then we get into the 11-man ranks. In Class 11B, number 1 Winner is on top of St. Thomas More 28-0. 8 minutes left in the fourth. Number 2 Sioux Valley is leading Elk Point Jefferson, the number 3 seed 14. Or not leading, wow, tied at 14, and that is at halftime. In Class 11A, no score. Number 2 Del Rapids and number 3 Lennox, that's at halftime. And then number 1 Sioux Falls Christian giving it to number 4 West Central 21-0 at the half. Class 11 AA, obviously our game right here. Yankton leading Pierre 9-7 at the half. Yankton will receive the ball entering the second half. And then Watertown on top of Brookings at halftime 10-0. Watertown the second seed, Brookings the third seed. Class 11 AAA, number 2 Sioux Falls Lincoln is on top of number 3 Harrisburg 20-14. 7 minutes left in the third. And number 1 Brandon Valley is tied with number 4 Sioux Falls Jefferson at 28. 4 minutes left in the fourth. So that's a big game right there. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard. And that's brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Doors, specialized in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern and South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Doors, your local authorized Clo-Pay dealer. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Halftime Report, brought to you by Avera. Yankton Bucks with a 2-point lead in the Class 11 AA state semifinals over the Pierre Governors. This is Yankton Bucks football on KYNT, KYNTV.
Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including weekend maintenance technician 2. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers. Start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Unexpected injuries happen on the playground, at the game or practice, at home, or at work. But with Yankton Medical Clinic's Orthopedics Department, you can be seen today. Board-certified physicians Dr. Brent Adams and Dr. Jeremy Kudera have a combined 25 years experience, 5-star patient ratings, and are now accepting walk-ins. If you suffer a break, fracture, sprain, or strain anywhere head to toe, you can be seen today. Get on the road to recovery faster with walk-in appointments, now available in orthopedics at Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
Isn't it great when things work how they should? Like the award-winning free checking from FNBO. No monthly fees, no minimums, and no overdraft fees, ever. Online, in the app, on the go, or down the street. You be you, and we'll make it easy to bank your way and manage your account. Here's to simple, flexible, and free. Here's to checking that works the way you want it to. Visit fnbo.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO Free Checking. Member FDIC.
Whether you're nearing retirement or already enjoying it, I'll help you create a financial plan that works best for you. I'm Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial. I believe financial planning should be as enjoyable as a day spent fishing or pheasant hunting. If you want personalized investment planning, retirement strategies, and insurance reviews tailored to your unique goals, let's talk. Search Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial or visit vfplanning.com.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
What is Agility Plus? It's the new Medicare supplement Plan G coverage from Avera Health Plans that gives you more.
More benefits at a lower cost.
More comprehensive coverage like physicals plus heart, vascular, and hearing screenings.
That's the Avera Health Plan's new Medicare supplement Agility Plus Plan G. Contact your local agent or request a quote online. AveraHealthPlans.com/Medicare. Network restrictions apply with select plans. A Plan G policy may not cover all of your medical expenses. Neither Avera Health Plans nor its agents are connected with Medicare or state or federal government.
Are you suffering from a recent injury or chronic pain?
Come see us, Lane and Reed Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of techniques to meet every patient's need and preference, including adjustments, dry needling, acupuncture, cupping, and rehabilitation.
We are dedicated to providing personalized and effective treatment plans to help you perform at your highest level and feel your best.
Whether you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, or a sports injury, we've got you covered.
Go to SWATchiropracticandrehab.com to schedule an appointment.
Life insurance isn't about you, it's about them. This is Rhonda Westland, State Farm Agent in Yankton. Your family knows they can count on you to provide for them, and that's one of the best feelings in the world. Making sure they're financially provided for is what life insurance is all about. So call me, Rhonda Westland, State Farm Agent in Yankton today, 605-665-4411. Your family and their needs are unique, so I'll work with you one-on-one, and together we'll personalize life insurance protection to meet those needs and your budget. Your family trusts you, you can trust State Farm.
And welcome back to your halftime report brought to you by Avera, moving health forward. Also, the Yankton School District Alumni Association is asking for all alumni and friends to register online. Search for Yankton alumni to register and stay up to date on all alumni and district happenings, or open your phone camera and scan the QR code for more details. Let's get your stats of the game. Brought to you by Mayor Signs. If it's time to review the look of your business's signage, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including lit, non-lit, digital, and much more. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. Josh Boelter.
Yeah, taking a look at it here. Let's start with the visiting Pierre Governors, and it was Caleb Lounsbury. He, on the night, is 5 for 8 passing with 129 yards, and he's got that big 58-yard touchdown. Who was on the other end of that, you ask? Well, that was Carter Scheffelbein, a leading receiver on the night overall. He's got 91 yards and a touchdown. Also on the night, it looks like George Stolley there. He's got 30 yards receiving on the night. Carter Merrill leading the way rushing for the Govs. He's got 9 carries for 27 yards. Meanwhile, for the Bucks, it is Easton Nelson. He's got 88 yards passing on the night. He's also got that pick. Meanwhile, rushing tonight, Evan Cirk leading the way. He's got 75 yards on 16 carries and a touchdown. Matthew Sheldon, 3 carries for 10 yards. Easton Nelson also has 7 carries for 59 yards. Leading receiver tonight is Carson Ness. He's got 2 catches for 34 yards. Connor Slaba also as well with 2 catches for 20 yards. Cohen Sarbach with 2 for 16, and Bryce Krall with 2 for 14 as well.
All right, thank you, Josh. Let's get into your second half keys to the game, and that is brought to you by Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. Located at 2701 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton. I usually kick it over to you, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one, Josh. Just play clean football for Yankton. You know, play within yourselves, and you're on your way to the Dome.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, Bryce, we talked about the red uniforms tonight, tradition, right? Well, I think they need to look at those uniforms because the red area is key tonight. The red zone, Bryce. 4 trips to the red zone, 9 points. They had a turnover there in the first half, as well as a play that got stuffed on a 4th and short. So I think keep an eye and capitalize when you're in the red zone, because Yankton has been to the red zone every trip they've had the ball here tonight. Only come away with 9 points. If they're able to capitalize on that, especially on this first drive, they get the ball first to start. They have a chance to go up 2 scores here. They can get a touchdown, start this drive.
All right, we'll take another break, come back with your second half action. This is Yankton Bucks football leading Pierre 9-7 in the Class 11 AA State semifinal matchup. Winner goes on to the Dakota Dome. Will this be our last broadcast of the year? Will we have a big one next week? Josh, we'll find out. One half of football remaining right here on KYNT and KYNTV.
How can you manage your stress rather than let it dominate your life? This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. Stress contributes to or worsens many physical illnesses. Our staff of doctors can help you succeed in managing stress. Stress, it's a thief. It takes your health, your happiness, your peace of mind. Become a calmer, more relaxed, and healthier you by visiting First Chiropractic Centers with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner. Making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Are you tired of waiting forever for a return phone call or being told to call a 1-800 number? I'm Jen with Missouri River Associates. Our office strives on providing fast, personal service for all your insurance needs. Home, auto, life, health, Medicare, and more.
From home and auto to life and disability, I'm Skylar Sherman and I offer tailored solutions with a personal touch, because when it comes to protecting what matters most, you deserve more than just a generic plan. I'm not just here to sell you a policy, I'm here to understand your unique needs and find coverage that's right for you. Give me a call today at Missouri River Associate.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan. Oh, come on, ref! That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Well, that was weird. We've come back here to Crane-Youngworth Field, and I'm gonna blame Braden.
Blaming Braden tonight? Come on. Come on.
He's not even here to defend himself. That's why it works out. Oh. All right, Yankton to receive the second half kickoff here. Third quarter sponsors today are First Chiropractic Center, making life better, one adjustment at a time, located at 2507 Foxford Parkway in Yankton, and Truxedo, a real truck company. All right, back to return Carson Ness and Connor Slaba. Yankton moving right to left on your screens or listening device. Pierre left to right. And it will be Templeton to kick. And you just feel the energy in Crane picking up the biggest half of football in a lot of these players' lives right here. Templeton kicks the ball in the air, and it will be Slava to charge it at the 20. Cuts the middle of the field, has a nice gap, gets out to the 30, and is spun down by the waist right at the 30-yard line. That's where Yankton will take over.
Good little return there to start. Now this Yankton offense, look, they moved the ball well in the first half, Bryce. Doesn't show on the scoreboard. They just got to capitalize here on some of those opportunities. They got into the red zone every drive they had the ball, and I believe 4 drives there in that first half.
They actually backed him up to the 29. Easton Nelson in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Chest high snap, handoff to Sirk. Sirk lunges forward and moves his legs. It's a 3-yard gain. That's going to be 2nd and 7 now for Yankton.
Nice little run there to start this drive. And Evan Sirk did have a good first half there, about 75 yards there in that first half. See if they can keep him going in the second.
Nelson rolls right. Eyes downfield. Intended target is brought in at the 38-yard line, and that is Owen Eidsness in traffic pulling that one down. He had to fight for that ball.
Tough catch there by the junior receiver. There was a man all over him. It was a good time play there by the defensive back, but Eidsness did a good job of grabbing it.
3rd and 2. Slava running a track meet here today. A lot of motion. Handoff Sirk. First down Yankton. Gets past the 40 to the 41. Maybe more, 42, 43-yard line. And he can thank his offensive line for those additional 3 yards.
The senior tailback powering forward there for the first down. That's what the Yankton offense needs to do. Have a sustained drive, keep moving, get down and get some points, and that's a good start getting the first down.
Fresh set of downs, Connor Slaba. Running all around in motion. Easton Nelson rolls to the near side. Nice block set. Pass out to Evan Cirk on the right side, and it'll be a loss of yards. Forward progress puts him right at the 40. So we lost a 4 on the play.
I'm not sure if that was designed or what part of that was, and I don't know if it was the pressure or what, but Easton spun around and threw it to the backside to Cirk. Good job by the Pierre defense by seeing that, because usually when Yankton rolls out, they keep throwing it to the side that they roll out on. Throwing it back to the other side is a tough play.
And now Easton Nelson drops back. Pass out to Cohen Zarbach right at the Yankton 48, and he does bring it in and really toe tapping the line there, Cohen Zarbach.
I really like the play calls tonight from Coach Terry Huber on those pass plays. Gives Easton some simple throws to make. A nice job there getting Zarbach open in some space once again on a hitch route.
3rd and 5 for Yankton. Ball almost at midfield. Nelson moving to the near side, eyes downfield. Will keep it himself, get to the 45, and small loss of yardage on the play, loss of 1. Brings up 4th and 6, and I think they'll bring out the punt crew.
Yeah, bring out the punt crew here, and good job by the Pierre defense responding after that first down. Yankton likes to go to that rollout pass, and Pierre saw it coming that time, and wasn't really anything open downfield for Easton.
So Matthew Sheldon out to punt. He'll receive this at the 34-yard line, Yankton territory. And rugby-style punt and line drive punt at that. Luckily, it takes a Yankton bounce. Gets to the 25, all the way to the 20. It'll roll to the 15. And Matthew Sheldon, that punt could have taken off someone's head, Josh. It was a line drive.
Yeah, and he's done a good job all year with those punts, and you saw it once again. Penn and Pierre not completely deep, but in not ideal field position right at about that 15-yard line. And now if you're Pierre, got to get something going here on this drive. They really, outside of that shot play, had a ton of sustained success on offense, trying to keep something going and get a long drive going here on this one.
And now Lounsbury had a really nice first half himself. At the 15-yard line, directed traffic at the line, orchestrating, checks his play band. 7 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap, drops back. Looking to the middle of the field, to the near side, and is brought in by Cooper Terwilliger, who fumbles the football, and Yankton can't quite jump on top of it before it goes out of bounds. Huge opportunity, just not able to take advantage is Yankton. But Cooper Terwilliger, the 4-star recruit who has offers from name an SEC team or Big Ten team, Josh, fumbles it, and Yankton almost has had a game-breaking play there.
Yeah, almost a game-breaking play. It looks like Terwilliger just kind of dropped the ball, and Yankton wasn't able to fall on it, went out of bounds. Pierre catching a bit of a break on that one.
And one receiver on each side here. Ball at the 23-yard line. Handoff, Merrill. And Merrill is met at the line. He'll still get 4 for 2 yards on the carry. He'll be brought down right at the 25. It'll be a 3rd and short.
3rd and short here. You got to assume Pierre's going to run some type of power on 3rd and 1. They are lining up at center. Something we didn't really see from Pierre first time that Yankton played these guys, and now they're going to line up here on 3rd and 1.
And now Merrill gets a handoff, and he will have the first down. This is a really quick cut right after the handoff. It was able to give him some free space.
I didn't see which buck that was. Someone got in the backfield very early into that play, but Merrill did a good job of making a man miss on that cut, like you said, and getting enough for the first down.
So 1st and 10 for the Governors. And Lounsbury and company have the ball on the near hash marks. Moving left to right on your screen or listening device. 8:32 to go in the 3rd quarter. Yankton leads 9-7. Stolly in motion. Halfback toss out to Merrill. Left side. Cuts to the middle of the field. And has a 2 or 3 yard gain on the carry. Brings up, let's just say, 2nd and 7.
Good job by the Yankton defense. Keep contained on the pitch. Force Merrill inside on that. Did a good job of only giving up about a gain of maybe 2 on that play.
So 2nd and 7, Pierre. Yankton's defense trying to dial some stuff up here. Lounsbury checks his sideline. And play call change here, I presume.
Still plenty of time on that play clock, 10 seconds here.
Low snap, picks it up, gives it out to Merrill. Merrill to the near side, and is brought down at the 35-yard line, but a nice big carry for Pierre. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and those 3rd and 2s, that's a tough situation. This is the second one you've seen the Yankton defense in on this drive. Got close to stopping it last time. Let's see if they can capitalize here and get a stop.
It's like 3rd and 1.5 here. You hear the bells tolling here at Crane. Crowd getting into it.
Gotta assume Pierre's running the ball, but they could maybe try to catch this Yankton defense off guard and pop something over the top with some play action. Either way, 7 guys. Yeah, 7 guys in that line of scrimmage there for Pierre.
Enough to Merrill, and he might be just short of the first down marker. It's going to be close, Josh.
Yeah, this is going to be short, and it's about a 3rd and a full yard here, or 4th and a full yard here. Gutsy play call here if you're Coach Steele, if you're going for this one, if you're Coach Steve Steele here for the Govs. And they're not moving off the field, so I think they might be. Nope, they are bringing on the punt team now. What a stop for this Yankton defense. I think that's the right call if you're Coach Steele and Pierre here. I mean, it's one of those where it's a 9-7 game. If you don't get this, you're essentially maybe giving Yankton a chance to have a very easy opportunity to get a 2-score lead.
And it'll be Connor Slaba back to return the punt.
Number 6, Caleb Lounsbury.
He'll stand on the Yankton 30.
Number 2, Connor Slaba.
And punt off from Templeton. Slaba back to chase it. No, he'll let it die. Oof. It's going to take. Oh, that's perfect for Pierre. He'll die right at the 10. But Slaba just really not in a good position to chase after that one. If he chases after it, hits him, doesn't catch it, well, now we're talking about a tragedy.
Absolutely. And, you play it safe there. You get the ball if you're Yankton here. You get the stop on that. Now, look, you have another opportunity here. If you can get a sustained drive or maybe even a big play, you have a chance to go up 2 scores here if you can get a touchdown. And the extra point, of course, with that. But
6:01 to go in the 3rd. It's a 9-7 lead for Yankton. Easton Nelson and company have it on their own 10. Handoff, Sirk. Sirk brought down behind the line. Loss of a yard.
And this Pierre defense starting to win some of those battles up front on the run game. Here, lost behind the line of scrimmage. Yankton now with the ball, 2nd, 11 at their own 9.
And trips receivers near side. Connor Slaba. Go on the far side of the field. Handoff, Sirk. Goes up the middle, gets to the 2nd level, lowers the shoulder pads. Just so strong. And get to the 16-yard line, so he makes up for it on that carry.
Yeah, nice run there from Sirk. I think he lowered the shoulder and got a couple extra yards. And then now you got about a 3rd and 4 here if you're Yankton. Let's see what they can do here and try to keep this drive alive.
It's time for the annexation of Puerto Rico. One of these days we're going to get that play, Josh.
Yeah, maybe here.
And Easton Nelson carry goes up the middle, and that's enough for a Yankton Bucks first down. Just jumped over a couple Pierre governors there on the low level and is able to move the chains.
Fun play call there for the Bucks. They pull a couple guys from the right side over the left, and that's a designed quarterback run all the way. Nelson gets it done with his feet. Now he's messing with his play band again. It looks like the 2nd time here, or something on his left arm. He just handed over. I think that's Coach Muth. He actually handed that over to.
I have a theory. I have a theory that it's 2 different offensive sets that are on each play band, so they're swapping them out. Handoff to Sirk up the middle, and that's to the 26-yard line. What I mean by that is maybe 2 schemes,
Yeah, it's possible. I don't hate that theory whatsoever.
Because they're giving the other one to Bestie, so I think maybe they're just flipping them back and forth.
Yeah, potentially. We have seen that a couple times tonight.
Evan Sirk handoff, gets to the outside to the 25, and won't be able to make a nice cut there. It'll bring up 3rd and
6, I'd say.
6, yeah.
Maybe 7. Good job there by the Pierre defense. I thought Sirk had the edge all the way, and I didn't see you crash down on that one, but that was a heck of a play by this Governor defense.
And now Easton Nelson. Drops back. Some nice protection here. Now rolls right. He'll keep it himself and just angles himself out of bounds there. Bring up 4th down. That's kind of gave up on that one. Now the Yankton punt crew comes out.
Yeah, nothing really open down the field. And if you're Easton, live to fight another day. Yep. You don't want to force a turnover or anything like that in this situation. Now these defenses really kind of having their way early in the 2nd half. 3 drives, we're going to see 3 punts.
Matthew Sheldon back to a punt for Yankton. Will get it at the 11-yard line.
Back deep for the Governors, number 4, George Stolley.
And Sheldon Under some pressure here, but able to get a punt off near the Pierre 45. Yankton will blow it dead right there. And that's where Pierre will take over on their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, and let's see if they can get something here. They got stopped on a 3rd and 1 on that last drive. They've had a couple 3rd down and short situations where Yankton stepped up late in the first half, and then you saw it again on that first drive here for this Yankton defense. Now let's see how Pierre responds. They do have 1 touchdown in this game like we've talked about on a shot play. But outside of that, nothing really sustained or consistent drives fully here for this Pierre offense.
Yeah, Merrill's just had a lot of great carries up the middle, all for like 4 to 5 yards, his average. And that's how they've been moving the chains when they have. As Lounsbury's in the shotgun, he'll look to pass. And Amaro held and spun down to the turf. Stolle has a pass over at the Yankton 20, broken up. But where is the flag on that one? I'm usually not one on the broadcast, Josh, to call for that stuff. But Ellie Amaro, half his jersey was on the turf.
Yeah. And there could have been 2 penalties on that play. I think maybe on the coverage and then on the hold as well, like you said. And really the officials just letting both sides play on that one, I suppose. And now there is a player down. It was the intended receiver on the deep pass on that play.
I believe that was just George Stolle on the far side. And we'll obviously cut away from there. We have a officials timeout or training timeout on the field. We'll actually step aside as well. This looks like it might be 30 seconds. We'll be back here on KYNT and KYN TV.
Does anyone in your family have macular degeneration? At Vision Care Associates, we are dedicated to delivering the highest standard of eye care, utilizing the latest medical advancements to protect and improve your vision. That's why we offer ZX Pro, a new technology that measures your risk for macular degeneration. ZX Pro is a test used to assess macular health before signs of macular degeneration even begin. Be proactive and schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Bryce, Ladwig, Josh Boelter here at Crane-Youngworth Field. 3:33 to go in the third. Yankton leads Pierre 9-7. It is 2nd and 10 for the Governors. And Lounsbury takes a snap. He'll roll to the right side. He's looking downfield. Now looks to the opposite side. It's a big pass. Carson Ness on the defensive side. Goes up for it, and pass is, I'm going to say broken up, but it was not there at the Yankton 25-yard line. That brings up 3rd down.
Good coverage there by Carson Ness. They snuck a receiver out the backside deep, and Ness wasn't fooled by that one. I thought maybe Lounsbury had Terwilliger open underneath here on the right side, but Lounsbury liked the shot in that one, and Ness did a good job of sticking with it.
Big 3rd down play. And 2 receivers far side, 1 near. Empty back set for Lounsbury. Chest high snap. Steps up in the pocket. And goes up the middle and is brought down by Yankton after a gain of about 3 yards. Bring up 4th, let's say 7. A big stop for the Bucks.
And Easton Feeser on that play, Bryce, changed the play. He got through the line immediately, forced Lounsbury to climb up, and it was a combination of Riker Frang and Lucas Cordell up the middle there that made that tackle. This Yankton defense really locking in after that first drive. And Bryce, we talked about it. 4 drives, 4 punts here between these 2 teams in the 3rd quarter.
2 Feezy. Does it right there. Connor Slaba back to return.
For the Governors, number 6, Caleb Lounsbury.
Caleb Lounsbury with the punt. Hits the 30. It'll bounce, and Slaba will let this one die. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities on the punt return side, and it will be touched at the 13-yard line. That's where Yankton will take over. Yankton's offense in the second half hasn't been given great field position to start.
No, they haven't. This is their 3rd drive now, the second half, starting at about the 13 here. Bryce, where did this time go in the 3rd quarter? We're already down to 2:38 left. It feels like it's been flying, and all of a sudden defense is having their way here in the second half.
2:38 to go in the 3rd. You mentioned 9-7 lead for Yankton. Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Yankton moving right to left. Nope. Quarterback keeper, Nelson, is brought down, and a small loss on the play of about a yard. Bring up 2nd and 11 for the Bucks.
And Pierre's done a really good job adjusting to that Yankton ground game. Yankton not really finding much there, and tried to have a quarterback keeper on that read option for Easton, and nothing to find.
2 receivers each side. Cirk now. Gets the sweep out to the near side to the 15. Tries to cut up to the middle, and Pierre just not fooled. And a gain of maybe 4, but that will bring up 3rd and about 8.
Yeah, like you said, it's not a bad gain there on that end around or that sweep there. I liked the play call. Just now you're sitting at about a 3rd and 7 here for the Bucs, trying to avoid another quick 3 and out here.
Trips receivers far side. Empty back set for Nelson. Looking to pass. Anything open? Not yet. And yes, there is. It's Bryce Krall. Gets it at the 25 to the 30, to the 35, spun down to the turf. That's a Yankton Bucs first down. We're also focused on the deep ball, Josh. Bryce Krall just sitting there on the second level, just like, hey, I'm open.
Yeah, simple route, just sat on it in the middle there. Nice job by Bryce Krall to catch that pass, keep the drive alive here, and maybe get some momentum going in the second half here for Yankton.
Bryce Krall, best name in the game. 2 receivers near side, 1 far. Nelson, handoff, Cirque up the middle. Gets to the second level. Gain of 4 on the play. Maybe 3. And that is 2nd and 7 now for the Bucs.
Yeah, 2nd and 7, but you know what? That's better than obviously on that last first down going backwards. At least now you're moving forward. And, you know, I've heard more aggressive coaches say if you get 3 yards of play, you'll get a first down eventually, right? But, you know, it's one of those nice little run on that. And now Yankton trying to get something going here and keep this drive going.
And Nelson sends Eidsness in motion. Rolling near side. Looking for Carson Ness at the 45. Brings it in. Loch Ness. Carson Ness brings it in. And that should be enough for a Yankton Bucs first down. If not, it is 3rd and centimeters.
And I can't. Okay, they're now moving the sticks here. Good awareness, though, by Ness. He catches it right at the sticks, then goes down. First down here. Couple back-to-back first downs now for the Bucs. At the very least, they've flipped the field here. And I think they might take this one to the 4th, Bryce.
All right, and 4th quarter coming up. One thing we need to talk about, Josh, as we keep talking about Evan Cirque and his heavy load that he's taking, Matthew Sheldon, we haven't really seen him carry the ball. It goes out with that, kind of hurt shoulder a little bit, and he's still there. But the run game and what a big weapon is not there on the rushing attack so far. As I mentioned, we're entering the 4th quarter. Your score is Yankton 9-7 with the advantage, and that scoreboard update is brought to you by SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab. Their #1 goal at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab is to make each patient feel at home and know they are truly there to help you live a healthier, pain-free life. SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, the go-to place for specialized wellness and therapy. Visit them at SWATChiropracticandRehab.com. Quarter break brought to you by Rise Fuel, packed with essential vitamins and nutrients. Rise Fuel gives you the power to push harder, go faster, and perform better. Fuel your ambition and unleash your potential with Rise Fuel. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Yankton Bucs football.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy. Some restrictions apply.
Welcome back here to Crane. And right now they're stretching out
I believe that was
Mark Cottle. Is that who you said was on there?
I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% on that. Obviously, it's hard to tell from down here.
I don't think so.
No, actually, you're right.
Okay.
No, that's Lucas Cordell.
Lucas Cordell, yeah. 6'3"
Yeah.
senior. And I was getting concerned there for a second, but he was just probably some bad cramps. And trainer Trevor Woods out there getting him stretched out. And you can tell he's actually out there with a little bit of a limp there, but I think we know Lucas Cordell well enough. He's going to be pushing through this.
Yeah, now let's see what happens here. Yankton, they're trying to get up 2 scores here in the 4th. Obviously, that'd be huge if they can put this one in and get a touchdown.
4th quarter sponsors, Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. Located at 2701 Foxford Parkway in Yankton. And MTRC Smith Insurance, an independent insurance agency, offering you a variety of products for individual, family, and business needs. Evan Cirque gets the handoff to open the 4th, and no gain on the play, but 2nd and 10.
Yeah, not much on that one, if anything. Like you said, it looked like it was stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
They might be giving him a yard, and we're at 11:45 to go here. Yes, they are giving him that yard. So 11:45 to go here in the 4th. A 2-point advantage for the Yankton Bucs. Trip to the Dome on the line. 2 receivers near side. 2 back set. Matthew Sheldon is back there now. He heard me talking. And now Nelson letting the play clock die a little bit. Yankton is trying to milk some clock. They know they have to do something with the ball, but why not? Just try to drain it down. And chest high snap, handoff to Sheldon up the middle, and a big gain. It's the bombshell from Matthew Sheldon. And gets past midfield and to the Pierre 48-yard line to bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's big on that one. And now you got to think if they can get another yard or two in this, at least, if not get the first down, obviously, they'll probably go for this in a situation like that. They can get this within a yard, but obviously you're trying to just convert here on 3rd down. 3rd and 3, like you said, and a good run from Sheldon.
And I'd imagine that the Yankton Bucks aren't very comfortable with this tempo, considering they're a very high-tempo team. And I say that because I'm uncomfortable right now. Like, I'm used to them just getting to the line, right?
Yeah.
And looking at their play bands. But they're all huddling, and that's something you don't see here at Crane very often. 5 seconds on the play clock. Evan Sirk motions out of the backfield, and it's Matthew Sheldon. Carry off to the left side. Has the Yankton Bucks first down. Matthew Sheldon has come out in the 4th, ready to roll.
Big man football right there. Matthew Sheldon ran through a guy and got past the first down marker. Big first down there. Now if you're Yankton, start maybe being a little more aggressive here. If you can get that touchdown on the board, that's big in a 2-score game here in the 4th.
1st and 10. Yes, exactly. 1st and 10 for the Bucks there on the 42-yard line in Pierre territory. Easton Nelson slowing things down at the line. 12 seconds on the play clock. 10.5 minutes to go in the 4th. Chest high snap, handoff, Sirk up the middle, nothing there again. Loss of yards, loss of a yard on the play. And Pierre is all eyes on Evan Sirk. He really hasn't been able to get much going in the second half of action, really, because he had such a big first half for the Bucks.
Right, had a really good first half, like you said, 75 yards there in the first, but not much in the second half. Sheldon with a couple carries, but not much from number 1 here in the second half.
At least up in the middle. Because you mentioned that Pierre was seeming to win a lot of that matchup lately, and we're seeing it there. 2nd and 11 for the Bucks. 2 receivers far, 1 near. Nelson, halfback toss, Sirk trying to cut up field, gets to the 45, the 44, the 41, and nice late gain for Evan Sirk, but just kind of right past the original line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd and 9.
Heck of a fight there for Evan Sirk, even to get past the line of scrimmage on that one. I thought he was going to be stuffed way in the backfield on that pitch. Pierce saw that one coming, but Sirk did a good job of gaining a couple yards. And now got a 3rd and 9 here, Bryce. And you got to imagine if Yankton's able to get a few yards, once again, we just talked about it on the last 3rd down, they might go for this.
What's the field position that Pierce had like all game, right? It's pretty much at that like 35 to 40 mark. Yeah, Pierre's offense has gotten a very nice field position all game long. As Onisis is in motion now for the Bucks. 3rd and 9. Nelson rolling left, looking downfield, up for Connor Slaba, and it's too tall for Slaba. Incomplete pass brings up 4th and 9, and that will bring up the punt crew. So they are electing Josh to punt and try to pin Pierre deep in their own zone.
Yeah, pin them deep here. Read the game here. Both defenses have kind of locked in here in the second half. You haven't seen any points scored, and I think it's still the right decision here if you can pin them inside the 20.
Back deep for the Governors, number 4, George Stolley.
And Matthew Sheldon directing his snapper a bit, or his blockers, excuse me. Stolley to return. He's standing on his own 11-yard line. And Sheldon, nice spiraled punt. And fair catch at the 11-yard line. That is where Pierre will take over. I think this is the deepest after a punt that they've been all game.
Yeah, they did have a possession down at the 2. I was going to say off of a punt. Yeah, like you said. And now
off of a fresh field position.
Yeah, absolutely here. And now Pierre, look, you're down set. You're down 2. Haven't really had a ton of success outside of that deep ball, at least sustained success. And you're looking to obviously get some points here. Clock is, if you don't get something here, clock is all of a sudden not your friend as much in this game, but we'll see how Pierre responds here. The second half has been all defense. Every drive so far in the second half has ended in a punt.
8:43 to go in the 4th. A 9-7 lead for the Bucks. Pass out to the right side. And a big gain for the Pierre Governors. They will have the first down. They'll get to the 28-yard line, and that was Scheffelbein again. he is the one that's had the big receiving plays for the Governors in this game.
And that was a really good read by the Pierre offense. They had Yankton had Thurman about 8-9 yards deep on that coverage, and they just threw it out into the flat on a quick pass and got a big play.
So it's actually at the 27. What I saw, he must have been pushed out of bounds early. So at the 27 is Pierre. Under center, Lounsbury, halfback toss to Merrill, then a reverse to Stolley. Stolley on the right side, gets to the 30, the 40, and that'll be enough for a Governor first down. Mark him right at the 39-yard line. Move the chains, and now Pierre starting to get a little tricky.
Yeah, that was a nifty little play there on the end around on a pitch. Creative play there. Yankton did a good job of not limiting it more than about 10 or so yards on that play, but you know that's one that could have been a lot worse. But either way, a good play call from Pierre and get a nice play.
7:43 to go in the fourth. A 9-7 lead for Yankton. Pierre with the football. 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Lounsbury under center. Merrill the lone back. Handoff. Merrill up the middle. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4 yards on the carry, as is his average. And that will set Pierre up at the 43-yard line. And bring up 2nd and about 5. 2nd and 6.
About 2nd and 6 here, and Pierre moving the ball well on this try. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Empty backfield for Pierre. It's Lounsbury checking with his sideline and Coach Steele. 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Lounsbury, quarterback keeper, going up the middle, and will gain 2 yards on the carry and brings up 3rd and 4 for the Governors.
And that's the Pierre I'm used to, Bryce. Line up 7 up front, quarterback run right up the middle or off the side there. And Yankton did a good job of stopping out. And now a big 3rd down this game, 6:35 remaining. Pierre trying to stay on the field, keep this drive alive.
6.5 minutes to go in the fourth. It's a big 3rd down. Lounsbury checking his play band. Yankton has 4 players, hands on the turf. Play action. And pass out and brought in by Cooper Terwilliger. And it's a first down for the Governors. And it was a big hit in the backfield laid in by, was that Talon Kenny?
I think it was Bryce Kral. Yankton sent a linebacker blitz on that play. It was Kral who got there, and it was well timed. Lounsbury just stayed in and made a good throw.
And we have a whistle on the far side of the field, but no flag.
The ball carrier went out of bounds. Game clock operator, please put 6:17 on the game clock.
All right. So just a clock issue, but that's the first big play that Cooper Terwilliger has really had in this game. You know, obviously the big stature of him. He's had some injuries this season, I know, but Yankton has really kept him in check.
Yeah, Yankton has done a good job with him in both matchups. I understand he left the first game with an injury, but either way, through the 6 quarters they've seen him, they've done a pretty good job against him.
1st and 10 for Pierre. They're in Yankton territory. Lounsbury back to pass. Past the middle of the field, and Kale Hazelhurst there to clamp down there and misdirect a route, incomplete pass, bring up 2nd and 10.
And I think that pass just sailed a little bit there for Lounsbury. I thought he might have had a guy, Hazelhurst, maybe been able to make that play either way, but either way, I think that pass just sailed for Lounsbury.
2nd and 10 for Pierre. Empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Stolley in motion. Quarterback keeper, Lounsbury. Goes up the right side, has positive yardage, and Pierre is starting to chip away at this Yankton defensive front.
Yeah, nice little run there. Now you set up a 3rd and 5, and you're in a situation where if you don't get any yards in this, Pierre still might go for this. That is a possibility here. Big 3rd down this game, under 6 to play. Pierre down 2. They got the ball at the 41 now. Let's see what they draw up here on 3rd, Bryce.
So late substitutions for Yankton. Trying to hurry up to the defensive line. And now Lounsbury. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Has enough for a first down, and the chains will continue to move for the Governors.
Yeah, simple power run with the quarterback.
It was actually Eli Bochy, by the way. Elijah Bochy, the 6'3 senior.
And he's a guy they brought in a couple times. We saw it specifically in the first matchup more on some of those quarterback runs. And first down there for the Govs.
And here he is again. Goes up the middle, has that positive yardage, and gets inside the 30 all the way to the 28-yard line. And Yankton just allowing some big chunks of runs right up the middle here. And Pierre, if it ain't broke.
Yeah, and they're going back to that quarterback run a couple times here now, just killing clock and trying to get a first down, or keep the drive alive.
Yeah, we have a timeout on the field. And taken by Yankton. Give this defense a little bit of a rest. Just kind of reset things here. Timeouts brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. It was time for a new job and maybe new career direction. Visit jobs.hedro.com. Back in 30 seconds. This is Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYNTV.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
Welcome back here to Crane, where things are tense. Yankton has a 9-7 lead over Pierre. 4:46 to go in the fourth, but Pierre has been rolling through the Bucks defense in this drive, Josh. 5 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, the entire drive.
And it's classic Pierre with that run game and what they want to do with the quarterback. Power runs with an extra lineman up there, and you're seeing it again right now, Bryce. There's 8 guys on the line for Pierre.
Yep, Eli Bochy keeping himself, no secret. No, he'll look to pass out, and it's intercepted by Yankton! The war horse, Kale Hazelhorse, gets the ball back to Yankton.
What a play there by Hazelhorse, but let me tell you, Bryce, if Bochy looks on the right side, he had a man wide open over there. He made the throw into triple coverage. Yankton takes advantage of it. Bryce, I'm telling you, if he throws to another man on that, that's a big play, but heck of a job by Yankton capitalizing, and now they have the ball at their own 1. They got to get some yards here, and they got to kill some clock.
Yeah, and at the very least, Josh, it's bad to think punt, right? But at least, like you said, get out of your own shadow of your own end zone and give him a chance if he would have to punt to be in a better position. But as you mentioned, a great play for Yankton, but the worst possible field position possible.
But either way, I think they'll take that with the ball at least.
Oh, yeah, I think they'll rather have that, so. All right, my voice is coming back. Easton Nelson in the end zone will take the snap. Hand off to Sheldon. Sheldon powers through, and he will, not much there, maybe a yard on the carry. You can bring up second, let's say 9, maybe 8.
From about the 4 here, and now if you're Yankton, you got to get at least 1 first down on this drive.
Short gain on the play by the Bucks.
Oh, all right, 4:17 to go in the fourth, 9-7 lead for Yankton.
And Pierre's content letting this clock run, too. They're thinking if they can get the ball back on a 3-and-out, run the clock, and maybe get some points to end it. But that's why a first down on this is so crucial.
Yeah, I think Pierre's very confident in their defense. Why shouldn't they be? It's both defenses this game. Easton Nelson. The snap, and will roll himself out to the left, gets to the 5, cuts up field, reaches for the first down marker, will be short of it, but not by too much, maybe a couple yards shy. Depends where they mark the ball. And it's near the 10-yard line, maybe right on the 10. The line to gain, sorry, Josh, is the 13, so 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 here. Let's see what Yankton tries to dial up. Said, got to get a first down here, you think, Bryce?
Absolutely. This is one of the biggest plays of the Yankton Bucks season right here, as we have 3 receivers on the near side, 1 far. Easton Nelson has Matthew Sheldon, the big bruising back behind him. Hand off to Sheldon, bounces up to the right side, gets forward, and he's really close to a first down.
I think he got it, Bryce. That was all number 5 on
first
that play.
First down, Yankton.
What an effort from the senior back on that one, Bryce. Yeah, that was all him. I thought he was tackling the backfield. And now it's key because Pierre, they're going to have to start thinking about using those timeouts here. Even if they do get the ball back, that's why getting that first down was so key.
3.5 minutes to go here in the fourth. A 2-point advantage for the Yankton Bucks. They're still deep in their own zone, though. And Unless Matthew Sheldon knows how to kick 80-yard punts, they're going to need to keep getting some field advantage here. Easton Nelson in the shotgun. Hand off to Sheldon. Off the left guard, nothing there. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. And now you got to suspect Pierre will maybe start taking those timeouts here. Maybe they'll see if they can just let the clock run and get it back. They might also be content with that, too. And that looks like they're going to go with no timeout taken so far here from Pierre.
2:50 to go in the 4th. Yankton will drain this play clock. I'm assuming down to like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. If you're Yankton, if you get one more first down, it's looking really good, but you got to get that first again.
This is a huge couple of plays coming up. 2 receivers, right side. Connor Slava in motion. Handoff Cirque. Cirque follows Slava off the left side. Gets to the 18-yard line on the far side of the field. Nice chunk of yards there for the Bucks.
And most importantly, stay in bounds. And Pierre, again, is content with running the clock here. I think they're thinking force a throw here on 3rd down and save those timeouts. But it's a gutsy call here from Coach Steve Steele to not use them. And Yankton content with running the clock.
3rd and about 4.5 for the Bucks.
Either way now, Yankton, the biggest 3rd down of the season right here, Bryce.
1:51 to go in the 4th. 3 receivers near side, 1 far. And quarterback keeper for Easton Nelson. He'll be brought down behind the line. Oh, no. Nelson brought down for a sack. And they'll bring up 4th down, and Matthew Sheldon will come out. And now it is time for the Yankton Bucks defense to shine, as they've been asked to all season long.
Yeah, and Bryce, I'm not so sure that was a sack. I think that was a designed run all the way
that's right,
on a read option. But either way, Pierre getting the stop when they need it. Now, if you're Yankton, you got to have a heck of a punt here.
A tackle for loss at the very least. And now a timeout taken by Pierre. 1:42 to go in the 4th. 9-7 lead for the Bucks. And the punt crew is out. You're looking for Matthew Sheldon to deliver a really nice punt here. The coverage team to get downfield. Let's say Josh Pierre gets it around their own, what would you say, like the 50, if it's a good punt, right? And I don't know, maybe like the 45. But either way, Pierre in excellent field position to start. They will have plenty of clock with a couple timeouts. They're looking to seal this game on their own on the offensive side.
Yeah, and it's one of those where obviously the field goal's in play for them. Being only down 2 here, I think obviously they're thinking touchdown then as well. The field goal is in play here for the Govs.
Yeah, and that would be an absolute last-ditch effort for them, as Carter Templeton is 2 for 6 from field goal this season, longest of 36. But either way, let's worry about that later. Matthew Sheldon standing 1 foot inside his own end zone, waiting for this snap. Looking to punt, and gets off a pretty nice punt. And it will be returned by Stolle. Gets to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, all the way to the Yankton 19-yard line. And Pierre is knocking on the door inside the red zone with the football. 1.5 minutes to go, just trailing 2.
Yeah, just trailing 2 here. And all season, we've seen Sheldon go with the high floaters and rollers. That one, he did more of a line drive. And that was exactly what Pierre needed to break a gain out to the right side on that one. And now, obviously, in good field position here with 1:30 left, down 2. And they know it, and they're bringing in Boelter here to run power, guys.
They're going right down the middle against Yankton.
And Yankton can't give up a first down here. They still have 2 timeouts. If they give up a first down, Pierre's just going to run this clock and kick a field goal, or at least attempt a field goal.
Eli Boelter. Takes a snap. Gets to the 15, to the 10. And gets within about the 7-yard line, the far side of the field. Let me check on that for you. Maybe the 8-yard line. And so it is 1st and goal from the 8. And at this point, Josh, I know now we're talking chess, right? It's almost, if you're Yankton, almost let them score if they run at the middle.
I think that is very much in play here if you let them score, but we'll see what Yankton decides to do here.
Eli Boelter. Letting the play clock drain now themselves. Excuse me. And now Boelter takes the snap and gets positive yardage. He's near the goal line. and just shy of the goal line for Pierre. And now they are in the catbird seat right now. They will play with the clock, and they just need probably one play, Josh, to punch this into the end zone.
Yeah, one play to punch this in the end zone. And what was so important about that, where they didn't score, Yankton's got to take another timeout on that, Bryce. And now, obviously, if Pierre punches this in, they're going to be up more than 3, and Yankton's going to have to go for a touchdown with limited time left.
So a timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Yankton needs a miracle right now. And you thought that big interception by Kayla Hazelhorst was kind of not the nail in the coffin, but kind of getting close to it. You at least had the hammer and the nail, but couldn't get enough first downs. And now Pierre literally trying to kick in the door. Ball on the 2-yard line. Eli Abochi will take the snap. 44 seconds on the clock. The snap, and he will be stopped short. But yeah, they're going to have a whole nother.
But Bryce, once again, Yankton, I think, has to let him score. I mean, this is a situation where they can get the stop. That's fine. It appears we'll either run this clock as they're doing right now. Neither team taking a timeout. They can just kick a field goal.
Yeah, and at this point, I think Yankton wants them to try to have to kick a field goal. They want that situation, but I don't think Pierre will try to kick a field goal, Josh. I really think they're just going to try to power this in. Even if it's 4th and 3 or 4th and goal on the 3, I think Yankton would try to, or excuse me, Pierre would try to punch it in. We have another timeout on the field. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYN TV. Don't go anywhere.
The Boathouse is for everyone. Axe throwing, mini bowling, shuffleboard, beanbag, golf, pool, and darts. Plus awesome food and drinks with lots of cold craft beers and other beverages. Some say the Boathouse is the most fun you can have on land. Trivia on Tuesday nights, music bingo on Wednesdays with live music on Friday night. This is downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages. If you can't be on the boat or at a Bucks or Gazelles game, then it's the Boathouse.
All right, here we go. Eli Bochi and the crew right at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal. Takes the snap and touchdown, Pierre. Pierre takes the lead. The crowd on the visiting sideline is going insane, as they should. And Crane is stunned right now, as it looks like Pierre is on their way to do it again against Yankton and go back to the Dome. Is the game over? No, but is it looking good? No, not for Yankton right now. It's 13-9 lead for Pierre. Try to make it a 14-9 lead for them after the extra point attempt from Templeton. Low snap, a nice hold, and the kick is up, and it is good.
Yeah, what a drive there from Pierre. I mean, perfectly managed by them, running that clock and getting a touchdown. Now, if you're Yankton, you got to hope for a miracle. Down 5 with 8 seconds left.
We'll be back in 30 seconds. Yankton Bucks football.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
Want to take the hassle out of servicing your heating or cooling system? Then sign up for the Kaiser Signature Membership Program. This is Chris Frick with Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Not only will you get peace of mind knowing your units are being serviced regularly, but being a Kaiser Signature member gives you priority service, a discount on parts and labor, and no overtime rates. Take comfort and let our qualified professional technicians keep you running.
Be the wiser and go with Kaiser. Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
All right, welcome back here to Crane. And it'll be Templeton to kick to Yankton. Back to return Cohen Zarbach and Connor Slaba. 8 seconds on the clock. Yankton trails by 5. And if there ever was a storybook miracle at Crane-Youngworth Field for Yankton Bucks football, it's now. as the crowd is stunned and hearts have dropped. Now Templeton, the kick. And it's a boot kick. Bryce Crawl goes through his fingertips, and it is sat on at the 22-yard line, and that is where the final play, maybe, of the Yankton Bucks football season will take place. Carson Ness and the seniors go onto the field. Easton Nelson, the senior quarterback. 2 receivers each side. It'll be Matthew Sheldon with one of the biggest blocking assignments of his career. Timeout taken by Pierre, and we'll just keep it here, Josh, as we have 6 seconds on the clock. And, all right, so obviously this is just not much you have to draw up here. Try to block and Hail Mary.
Yeah, I mean, 80 yards out, you might see some laterals and things like that, but it's a tough situation here for the Bucks, obviously. This is the last play of the game, and you got to find a way to keep the ball moving, and you got to keep it behind the line of scrimmage, or behind the ball carrier, obviously, as well. And Pierre really managed that situation perfectly and took it down to the last second and put it in, and now if you're Yankton, you're in a lot of trouble here. Coach
Steve Steele, there's a reason it's not just one batch of players he's gotten in the 7 years that he's won these state titles for Pierre. He's gotten all new guys, right? All new classes. He's a really, really good coach, and that shows it right there. And here we go. Easton Ellison and company. Ball in the 22. And Pierre playing everyone way back. They only bring in a 3-man rush. The snap, Nelson. Yep, quick pass to Slava. Slava at the 40. Will cut to the outside. Cut to the middle of the field. And he'll pass it laterally back to Sheldon. Sheldon pitches it, and that is the end of the Yankton Bucks football season. Your final, Pierre 14, Yankton 9. The number 1 seed Yankton Bucks fall to the Pierre Governors, who will go back to the Dome to try to collect their 8th straight 11AA championship. Another heart-wrenching moment between Yankton and Pierre happened here tonight. We'll talk about it coming up in the KYN-TV post-game show. This is Yankton Bucks football on KYN-T and KYN-TV.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
There's no better way to tip off your party than with Sheboygan Natural Casing Wieners, all beef hot dogs, or cocktail smokies. Make your party a slam dunk. Put some Sheboygan on the table. Available at your favorite local grocer and produced with pride at Simple Meats in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing, read and understand everything. What happens if you cancel? Can you get out of this contract? If you feel pushed into signing the contract, you need to stop and take a step back. If you have questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Are you ready to drive home your savings? For a limited time, Explorers CU is offering an incredible deal on auto loans. They'll beat your current auto loan rate by up to 2% on new and used vehicle refinances from other institutions. Choose from a variety of terms to fit your budget and lifestyle. Enjoy a fast, easy application and approval process with no application fee. Don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to save. Visit us at explorerscu.com to learn more and apply today.
At Triple Time Rudy's, not only do you get top-notch fuel to keep you on the move, but it's a destination for delicious local treats. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. It's your community's pit stop for more than just fuel. Triple Time Rudy's supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, stop by Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
The mission of State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Hi, I'm Roy Wilcox with State Farm Insurance. We have been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, we're here to help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. Give me a call or stop by anytime.
Call Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance today, 665-7140. Find more at roywilcox.com.
A couple days ago, a teacher came into the UPS store to print some worksheets for her classroom. As we were printing, she asked if we could help her design and print a custom banner for her school's upcoming event. Yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion, where for over 8 years we've been serving educators, businesses, and community members with all kinds of printing solutions. Stop by today and let us assist with your next project, and be sure to ask about our shipping services or current print specials.
Do you want a job that keeps it real? At Truxedo, a real truck company, we keep it real by promoting our values of excellent service, teamwork, accountability, and innovation. Join the Truxedo team and enjoy your next career adventure. We have a variety of openings, including weekend maintenance technician 2. So don't wait. Get up, get out, and apply at realtruck.com/careers. Start your next adventure with a career at Truxedo.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
All right, this is Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYNTV. This is the post-game report and your final Pierre 14, Yankton 9. Pierre is returning to the 11AA state title game at the Dakota Dome next Friday. They are looking for their 8th straight 11AA championship, and we'll find out their opponent here momentarily when we get to that part of our post-game report. And yeah, Josh, just stunned, and it's not just Yankton losing here as the number 1 seed, knocking on the door of the Dakota Dome. It's because it's against Pierre.
Yeah, and that's something where obviously they're not going to the Dome again, and it's one of those where Yankton had their opportunities. They led for a majority of this game, or the entire second half until the last 10 seconds, and you know, it's one of those where they had their opportunities inside the red zone. Though, when you come away with 4 trips in the red zone, you only come away with 9 points. Obviously, that's tough within itself. And you know, you think back to that stuff on 4th and 1 on the goal or inside the 2 earlier in the game. You think about the pick at the beginning of the game, just stuff like that, where you know maybe if those things go a little differently, maybe this game is the other way around.
Yeah, and Yankton crowd is stunned. The seniors for Yankton football. Nice. Anyway, yeah, the crowd is stunned, and some Pierre players taking liberties on the Yankton logo out midfield there. Jameson Sharon, 5'10" sophomore. Anyway, but yeah, just there's not much to say other than just got to take it and just try to digest it. And heartbreaks happen, and this is definitely one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, you know, and it's one of those, and I'm not going to comment too much, obviously, but if you've been there 8 times, you think you'd act like you've been there before. But anyways, tough game here tonight for Yankton, obviously. And look, they're going to have to try to regroup next year. And a lot of seniors, a lot of good players that unfortunately played their last game tonight. But a hard-fought football game.
Yep, and let's get into your out-of-town scoreboard. And that is brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clopay dealer. And, Josh, I will get you stats over there. While you want to go over that out of town?
Yeah, let's go ahead and just walk through class by class and see who's going to be playing who. In 11 AAA, it's going to be a 1-2 matchup. Brandon Valley with an overtime thriller win over Sioux Falls Jefferson, 37-34. Sioux Falls Lincoln will be who they're playing as they won 20-14 against Harrisburg. Here in 11 AA, Pierre with the win 14-9 over Yankton. Watertown looks like they're on their way to a victory there as they're up 20-7 with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Down in 11A, it's Sioux Falls Christian with a 31-7 win over West Central, and they will be playing 3-seeded Lennox, who took care of business against 2-seeded Del Rapids 35-0. Meanwhile, 11B winner with the win 36-0 over St. Thomas More. they're going to be facing Sioux Valley, the 2 seed, who defeated Elk Point Jefferson 28-14. In 9AA, Hamlin with the 20-16 victory, the 2 seed Hamlin over Elkton Lake Benton. Parkston will be who they're playing as they won 28-22 over Freeman Marion Freeman Academy. In 9A, Wolsey Wessington with the upset as the 4 seed over 2 seed Wall 30-28. Meanwhile, Howard, the 1 seed, defeated Warner 40-13. So it'll be Howard versus Wolsey Wessington. And in 9B, it'll be Sally Buttes. They defeated Canastota 34-28, and they'll take on Faulkton area, who defeated Del Rapids St. Mary 48-22.
All right, and we are sitting in the broadcast booth, brought to you by Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express in Yankton. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling the Fairfield by Marriott or Holiday Inn Express Hotel Direct 605-653-2250. And waiting, I'm hoping they're setting up a coach, but I haven't seen any movement there, and probably addressing the team, obviously. But if we have a post-game coach interview, that will be coming up hopefully here shortly. Let's get into our awards of the game, Josh. Defensive Player of the Game brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians. Your residential and commercial pest control solution. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
Yeah, we'll go with Kill Hazelhorse tonight. He had a big pick, and, credit to him. He had a nice pick there on that play, and you thought maybe that might have been the point where Yankton could put this one away, but came up short. So, Kill Hazelhorse tonight.
Offensive Player of the Game brought to you by Hy-Vee. There's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Yeah, Evan Sirk. We didn't have final stats tonight. He had 75 yards rushing in the first half. I also think if we can give a general player of the game, though, Matthew Sheldon. I mean, he played really hard tonight. Obviously had a shoulder injury and played through it on all 3 levels of the game. So, yeah, Evan Sirk, but then also Matthew Sheldon as well.
All right, and we'll take a break, come back with your stat recap. And actually, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and do highlights now? There's only 2 of them, really, but I got it, Josh. And so that's your call, Daniel, back at the studio. This is going to be your highlights. And we'll go ahead and start with a 4-yard touchdown run by Evan Sirk with 1:10 to go in the second quarter.
All right, so the Buck triad here. Nelson to Sirk, 2 blockers ahead of him. Touchdown, Yankton! The near side. Evan Sirk able to punch it in for the Bucks.
All right, and then also in the second, they were chasing points after a missed extra point. It was Kevin Ortiz who hit a 39-yard field goal to put the Bucks up 9-7.
Tate Bestie to hold. Nice snap, nice hold. Kick is up, and it's good! Yankton takes a 9-7 lead over Pierre.
All right, and that is your highlights of the game. And now we'll take that break. We'll come back with your stat recap and maybe a post-game coach interview here from KYNT and KYNTV.
Unexpected injuries happen on the playground, at the game or practice, at home or at work. But with Yankton Medical Clinic's Orthopedics Department, you can be seen today. Board-certified physicians Dr. Brent Adams and Dr. Jeremy Kudera have a combined 25 years experience, 5-star patient ratings, and are now accepting walk-ins. If you suffer a break, fracture, sprain, or strain anywhere head to toe, you can be seen today. Get on the road to recovery faster with walk-in appointments, now available in orthopedics at Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations. And ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com. Member FDIC.
Whether you're nearing retirement or already enjoying it, I'll help you create a financial plan that works best for you. I'm Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial. I believe financial planning should be as enjoyable as a day spent fishing or pheasant hunting. If you want personalized investment planning, retirement strategies, and insurance reviews tailored to your unique goals, let's talk. Search Adam Boelter with Vantage Financial or visit vfplanning.com.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
What is Agility Plus? It's the new Medicare supplement Plan G coverage from Avera Health Plans that gives you more.
More benefits at a lower cost.
More comprehensive coverage like physicals plus heart, vascular, and hearing screenings.
That's the Avera Health Plan's new Medicare supplement Agility Plus Plan G. Contact your local agent or request a quote online. AveraHealthPlans.com/Medicare. Network restrictions apply with select plans. A Plan G policy may not cover all of your medical expenses. Neither Avera Health Plans nor its agents are connected with Medicare or state or federal government.
Hungry for the best chicken wings in town? Then head to Checkers Sports Bar and Grill. Whether you're craving mild, hot, or something with a kick, they've got the wings that will keep you coming back for more. They'll have every NFL game on so you won't miss a moment of the action. Grab a cold one, cheer on your favorite team, and enjoy the ultimate game day atmosphere. Wings, football, friends, it's all at Checkers. Open daily for all of your wing cravings. Have a large group or event that you'd like to offer clothing for? JJ Benji's can make you look good. Instead of you taking orders, collecting money, and then delivering the clothing, let JJ Benji's handle it all. JJ Benji's will create an online store with the merchandise you want to offer. People order, pay, and then JJ Benji's will ship it. You just provide a link or QR code to the online store, and that's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton for more information.
I'm Father Lacey, and hiking allows me to show my faithful spirit. Being out in nature allows all of those things to work together in my head so I can see how it's all connected. To be able to take these things that I'm pondering and draw them back into the ministry, into that life here at Mount Marty.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
All right, Yankton Bucks football, KYNT post-game show on, well, I just said it, KYNT. Bryce Ladwig alongside Josh Boelter. Josh, I don't think we're going to get a coach here today, but that would be brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. That's Rhonda Westland State Farm. It's unfortunate. I understand emotions running high, though, addressing the team and stuff, but well, Coach's Corner tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I will be there nervously eating my pizza from Pizza Ranch, just talking to the coaches for the final time this season. But I hope you're able to join us on KYNT and KYN-TV. And FCS Nation will be following us here. We're proud to be the local home for the FCS Nation show. Each week, Kevin Marshall and Stone Lebanowitz take you around the country to discuss the latest in the football championship subdivision. From our in-state teams, the USD Coyotes and SDSU Jackrabbits, to the North Dakota schools UND and NDSU, and all other conferences in the FCS. They cover it all. It's coming up after we sign off here tonight and after ABC News, so make sure you stick around. And your scheduled preview is brought to you by Parker Hannafin of Yankton. Look ahead to a brighter future with a new career at Parker of Yankton. All benefits begin day one. Learn more at parker.com. Parker, engineering your success. Obviously, there's not another game. This is the end of the road for the Bucks. Their final record, 8-3 overall, but doesn't mean much now. Doesn't feel like it means much now, but seriously, congratulations to the Yankton Bucks on a really fun season.
Yeah, and it was a fun season. We thought maybe this would be a team that would be in title contention coming in the year, and they were right down to the very end. And unfortunately, they come up short tonight. But yeah, heartbreaking defeat for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, Josh, where I feel like we're supposed to keep talking, but I just don't really know what else to say. It's one of those things of just like, the players are devastated, coaches are devastated, fans are devastated, we're devastated. I mean, it's just one of those things. Yankton's home team, like, we're not hiding it. We wanted Yankton to go to the Dome, and but no one wanted it more than the players, and you had to feel for those seniors, this being their last game. But that's the game of football, and that's athletics, and we're just going to try to move on to the next chapter.
Yeah, move on to the next chapter, and It's one of those where this is a loss that's going to sit with a lot of those guys. Unfortunately, the seniors aren't going to get an opportunity to get back at that loss. But, there's a lot of guys in the team that are going to be hungry looking for next year with a loss like this that are going to remember this.
Some thank yous. We've had a variety of people helping us, but Daniel Dykstra has been our KYNT studio producer, I think, for every game.
You're a rock, Daniel.
Yeah, you're a rock, Daniel. And he's done an excellent job. So thank you to him. Thanks to Grady Harrington. He has cut our highlights for us, as well as helping with some graphics and stuff back at the KYNT studio. So thanks to him as well. Trevin Ricklick has been here for the ride for most of the games this season, helping us in a variety of ways, and is making us laugh on road trips. So obviously appreciate you, Trevin. And obviously Braden Butler, our kickoff show host, not here tonight, but was here literally for every game and almost every practice and things of that nature that we've covered. So thank you very much to KYNT Assistant Sports Director Braden Butler. And, of course, to you, Josh. I'll give you the floor for your final comments of the Yankton Bucks football season.
Yeah, another season, and obviously this means a lot to me. This is a lot of fun, and love watching Bucks football. And really, I'm not from here, but I've become a fan very quickly of this program and the kids and the coaches and all that stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we fall one game short of going to the Dome this year, but a fourth year here with Yankton Bucks football and with KYNT, it's been a lot of fun, and hoping to do a lot more in the future.
All right. Well, thank you to all the sponsors making this possible, and of course to you, the listener and viewer all season. You have been amazing supporters of KYNT and KYNTV, and of course the Yankton Bucks. So my sincerest thank you to you. And for the final time, this has been Yankton Bucks football on KYNT and KYNTV, Yankton's home team and stream.
Thank you for listening to Yankton Athletics on KYNT, a Riverfront sports property, and Yankton's home team. Remember, KYNT is your home for Yankton High School athletics.